It's time to show them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have now mastered the basic skills. It's time for your first challenge.
Chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Happy Sunday, everybody. Yeah, I'm back. Had to take a week off. Had to take care of some things. A lot more things going on in life that are more important than this YouTube life. So, had to take care of some things last week. Appreciate everybody that's pulling up in the chat this morning. Shout out to Tracepectives. Grand rising to you. I hear you listening while you're shopping and yard day. Yeah, I had a yard day on Friday, man. I don't know where you are, Tracepectives, but if you over here on the East Coast, I mean, it's probably hot across the country, but I don't know where you are specifically, but hopefully it's not as hot there as it is here, man. I was out there doing yard work on Friday and sheesh, before noon, I mean, I'd sweated all the way through my shirt, all of that stuff. I mean, it's crazy, this heat wave we're dealing with here in the United States. I don't know if it's happening everywhere, but definitely all up and down the East Coast. It's crazy hot. Shout out to Tracepectives. I appreciate you listening while you're shopping and doing your yard day. Tesha's Ease, blessings to you. Salute. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Everybody had the opportunity to hit that like button on their way in. It's greatly appreciated. It is greatly appreciated. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful start to their day. We're going to be here for just a little bit, not too long, unless, people hit the link. Actually, let me go ahead and share the link now because I will forget. I won't even think about it. But the link is available if you got something you want to say, something you feel like can add to the show. The link is available. Get that pinned. All right. So, yeah, but happy Sunday to everybody. Hopefully everybody, like I said, is having a wonderful start to their Sunday. Hopefully you took advantage of If you had the extra days off or anything like that this weekend, hopefully you took advantage of that and made something productive happen with the time. Didn't just let it all waste away. And here you are already to Sunday, ready to get back to another Monday, and you didn't even take advantage of the time you had off. Hopefully, if you did have that time off, you took advantage of it and did something productive for yourself. Yeah, it's been an interesting couple weeks. You know, here on YouTube, mainly is what I'm talking about, but in the world as well. We ain't gonna talk about, but so much of that worldly stuff because Rod was really depressing these days, man. I ain't trying to talk about a whole bunch of depressing worldly stuff. We need these world leaders to get their acts together. They acting a fool, out for a whole bunch of self-interest and not being checked properly by the authorities who are in place to check them. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Shout out to everybody in the chat who hit that like button. So, what are we here to talk about? Did you miss me? You know, I was off a week. It is what it is. Again, gotta focus on life things more than YouTube things sometimes. So, what's going on here?
Did you miss me?
Did you miss me? You know, I'm normally live every Sunday around this time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So, you know I wasn't here last week. I didn't give y'all any forewarning or anything. I just took the time off. It was necessary. More important things to do. But as we always do, we start off with celebrations, man. I appreciate it, Tracepectives. I appreciate it. At least one person missed me out there. As we always do, we start off with celebrating things, man. We ain't here just to talk about all the doom and gloom of the world. We like to celebrate positives that are going on in the world and people's lives, all that good stuff, right? So shout out to the WNBA All-Stars. They released the list of the starters for the WNBA All-Star team. Let's see if I can make that bigger. So this is straight from the WNBA's website. Your 2026 WNBA All-Star starters: Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Natasha Howard, Olivia Miles, Kelsey Mitchell, Jessica Shepard, Brianna Stewart, Gabby Williams, and Asia Wilson. Those are your 2026 WNBA All-Star starters. Shout out to all of them. Multiple time selections for most of them. It's the first for Jessica Shepard, first for Olivia Miles. Yeah, so but everybody else, they've been an all-star before. If you are keeping up with the WNBA, you've heard of pretty much all of their names, obviously, if they're the starters on the all-star team. And ladies out there balling, man. They doing a lot of fighting too lately. A lot of animosity going on in those games. I don't know what in the world they got going on. They fighting a whole lot more than a whole lot of other sports, it seems. People getting choked out, all types of stuff. But shout out to the WNBA starters. The WNBA All-Star Game starters, I should say. And you got, other people who are going to make the team and reserve roles, because it's not just a team full of starters. And shout out to the NBA free agency. Whole lot going on in NBA free agency. We know that just started. It really goes official, I think, tomorrow, but a lot of the trades and all of that stuff have already been announced. Shout out to Patrick Ewing. He got hired as an assistant coach for the Wizards. But looking at the trades, I mean, that Jaylen Brown trade, what do y'all think about that, man? I think that the Celtics made a mistake getting rid of Jaylen Brown. Me personally, I think Jaylen Brown is probably better than Jason Tatum as far as a basketball player. Plays both sides of the ball, all of that. So, but hey, I'm not a Celtics fan, so none of my business, right? If they want to make their team what my opinion is worse, that's on them. Lakers traded DeAndre Ayton to the Wizards. Wizards are trying to put something together because it seems like they're not trying to get rid of Anthony Davis, which I don't really have a whole lot of stock in Anthony Davis anyways, but there were rumors of Anthony Davis and LeBron going to the Warriors. But Wizards don't seem like they're ready to let go of Anthony Davis, and that is fine with me. But shout out to all the players. Kyle Lowry, he announced that he's retiring after a 20-year season, 20-year career, I mean. So a lot of going on in the NBA, a lot of going on free agency. Shout out to all the players that are getting new contracts. These contracts are crazy these days. Yeah, I'm saying, man, salute to you. These contract numbers are crazy, man. Some of these dudes are making like $50 million a year or more, some of them. Some of these contracts are crazy. But yeah, shout out to all the players that made it to free agency and they're getting new contracts because of it. I'm not hating on anybody making their money. You got billionaires owning these teams, so hey, you might as well let the players make their money, man. Make that money, brothers and sisters. Make that doggone money. Make sure you're taking care of your money, though. Don't be making all that money and be out here wilding out like Adrian Broner and people like that, you know, making money as soon as they get it. They start wilding out, and then they're going to be crying, looking for the money here in a couple months, you know. We got a lot of people who do that. They make the money but don't know what to do with it. You know, we know a giraffe around here that makes money and don't know what to do with it because he don't trust anybody anymore. He got money taken from him one time from some company, and it probably wasn't even taken. It's probably because he just wasn't watching it, didn't know how to manage it properly. But don't be one of those people who make all these millions and millions of dollars, and then a couple months later, you are begging people so you can make ends meet because you've tied yourself into a whole bunch of things that you can't afford and that your lifestyle, you know, can't keep up. You got to continue making the money. You got to make that money make money for you. You got to learn how to make that money make money for you. You can't just be all about you got this one paycheck and now you're going to live off of that forever. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. Continue celebrating things, man. Shout out to this young brother. Little kid playing, I can't remember if it's T-ball. They might have actually been playing like little league baseball or something. But shout out to this brother who decided that he was scoring before he even hit the ball. Y'all take a look.
Go, 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 Birds. Go, go, go. Go, Birds. Go, go. Go. Come on, let's go. Good job. Good job.
Bro decided he was not stopping. Soon as he hit that ball, he decided he was not stopping until he got back home. He didn't care what the rest of them was doing. And obviously, these are young kids, so they don't know all of the fundamentals of baseball and what they're supposed to do, you know, once they have the ball. You know, the guy who was at first base, the first baseman, instead of trying to run him down, he should have thrown it to second base, right? You know, let them catch it there and get him out. But no, he thought he was going to run him down. That boy was on his wheels. You weren't catching him. And then after that, it just all went to shit for the outfielders, you know. But yeah, shout out to that young brother. His parents who are instilling in him to chase his dreams, right? Keep on going. Keep on running, young brother. Keep running. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Get you a inside the park home run on them boys. They weren't ready for you. They were not ready for you, young brother. Shout out to the people out here who know how to solve problems and understand that if an obstacle gets in the way, there's many ways for you to solve that obstacle, to get around that obstacle, right? There's many ways. Shout out to everybody who hit the like button, everybody coming in. I appreciate you. But yeah, shout out to everybody who understands that there are multiple ways to navigate or get around obstacles that may be placed in your way. Take a look at this video, see if you learn what I'm talking about from it. So as you can see, there's a stick that is blocking the little pathway there. But these animals are all finding ways to get around it in different ways. So it actually may have been a rope there rather than a stick. But as you can see, some of them went around it. Some of them went over it. Some of them went under it. One of them just decided to take the damn thing down and get it out of the way completely, right? There's multiple ways to navigate obstacles. There's multiple ways to navigate situations that we encounter in our lives. And shout out to the people who understand that. And instead of just giving up and quitting on a situation, they actually take the time to either learn from somebody while watching somebody else or figure out their own way to navigate the situation. Because we all going to come up with obstacles. Some of them are going to be very similar, but the way that one person solves it may not be the exact way that you can solve it based off of your knowledge, skills, and abilities. That's why it's always important for us to put ourselves around other people who are smarter than us in different scenarios and situations, so we can learn from them. You can learn from other people by paying attention to what they do. You may not do it the exact same way as them, but you can learn that that is a way that was accomplished, that was navigated. And then from there, you can come up with your own way of how to deal with the situation. Shout out to Lovelace in the building. Grand rising to you, sister. Keep winning. Yeah, got to keep winning no matter the obstacle. Absolutely, y'all. Shout out to Lovelace.
Oh, hell is hot. Ain't no water there. Hell is hot. Ain't no water there. No ice, no tea, no lemonade, no Coke, no Sprite, no Gatorade. Hell is hot.
Yeah, y'all, don't y'all forget. Don't y'all forget. Yeah, shout out to Lovelace and the new grandbaby, y'all. She got a new grandbaby girl. Congratulations to the family. Hopefully everyone is safe. You know, mom, dad, baby, everybody is healthy and safe. Yeah, shout out to that. We always want to celebrate the wins. Celebrate the wins. Celebrate new life. Shout out to Holly Favorite. Hope you're having a lovely morning. Absolutely. Hope you're having a lovely morning as well, Holly Favorite. I appreciate you being here. Shout out to people who understand that kindness can go a long way. Cristiano Ronaldo, it's World Cup time. Everybody doesn't keep up with soccer in this country, football in most countries, but it's probably one of the biggest sports worldwide. You know, bigger than NFL, football, all of that stuff. Soccer is probably one of the biggest sports worldwide. And Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the stars known worldwide. People do crazy things to try to just be in his presence, to get a picture with him and stuff like that. But shout out to him for understanding the level of star celebrity that he is, and that people will try to approach him to get pictures and stuff. Shout out to him for understanding that and taking the appropriate or proper action when people do weird and wild things to try to get just close enough to him to take a picture. Mrs. Baker, grand rising to you. Take a look at this one real quick. And this is just an example of how people can get to that mega level of celebrity, mega level of fame, and still understand that their kindness goes a long way. Take a look. So as you can see here, these are like during soccer matches, and you have kids and different people who are jumping out of the stands, running onto the field with their phone just to get close to them and take a picture. And security always comes rushing in real fast. But he, you know, tries to hold security off, let the person get their picture. He'll pose with them and everything. Kindness goes a long way. Cristiano Ronaldo is a mega star worldwide. Justin in, yo, salute to you, brother. Good to see you again. Reggie Reg, what up? Salute to you. Kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a long way. And just because you've made a mega level of celebrity fame, whatever you want to call it, does not mean that you have to lose touch with the fact that there are people out there that look at you as a role model, who look at you and say, I want to do that. I want to be a soccer player because of how great of a soccer player you are. You know, I want to just feel like if I'm in your presence, that I may be able to, you know, get a picture with you that's going to be a memory for a lifetime for a young person. Now, there does come an age where you should probably outgrow that kind of fame chasing. You know, this is okay for kids. I understand it. But there does come an age where you should kind of outgrow that, trying to chase celebrity, chase fame, looking at them in a way that is having you starstruck, let's say, you know. There comes a time where you should kind of grow past that. That's my opinion. You know, I think part of growing up is growing past that mentality of a celebrity is on a different level than you. Yeah, they may have more money than you. They may be more recognized than you in the public. But at the same time, they're just another human being, another person out there doing their job, whatever it is. And it doesn't make them better than you. So shout out to the celebrities, the professional athletes, movie stars, whatever it is, who understand that they are just another human being, another person, and that when you have fans that want to take a picture with you, you know, some of them just brush them off and make security rough them up and stuff like that. And other ones take the time to actually engage with their fans, because little do that some of them know that without the fans, you don't exist. If people stop watching the movie because you're in it, stop going to the game because you're on the team, then you are no longer that celebrity. You're no longer of the same value and worth to that team or to those advertisers, anybody who wants to give you endorsements or any of that. There's a lot of people who kill their own quote unquote fame, because fame comes on all different levels. It's not all just big mega stars and professional athletes and stuff like that. I mean, there's all levels of fame. We have some people here on YouTube that have gotten YouTube famous, some for good reasons, some for not so good reasons. You know, but it happens all the time, and you can either take that and build on it, or you can kind of crush your career before it even gets off the ground because you don't know how to handle your little level of YouTube success or fame. It happens all the time. We see it all the time. There's plenty of examples that we have experienced on these YouTube streets. Let's take a look at one of them. Shout out to my favorite editor, Triple S.
Now keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
It'll always be a dweeb talking about what a real man do and a real man wouldn't do. Listen, man. There's a man is a man is a man, man. So all that what a real man would do, nigga, you ain't never seen no goddamn real man then. Cause you don't know what a man will do, nigga. A man will make you a believer, nigga. Come up talking that real man talk, I'll make you a believer. So I don't want to hear what your perspective what a real man do and what a real man wouldn't do. Because it ain't no one size fits all, clown. See, women, that's why you cannot be around fake ass men that will not tell you the truth. They will let you crash the fuck out. See, real men, if that bitch ass nigga, No Bird Thoughts was a real man, he would have told her, hey, you move it in a way where you're going to find yourself in some trouble. Your baby mama was getting fucked by a real man, the one that raised your son. Unlike your soft half a man ass that always want to talk about dingers, you went to jail right around all the dingers you wanted to see.
All my daughters love me, regardless of however they may act out, because I haven't been around, because I don't do drama. No real man want to do drama. I don't do it. I've never seen men, a real man, that shit don't impress you. Thinking you tough everywhere you go. You don't think you tough everywhere you go because you can meet that nigga that'll whip your ass. That's one of the things you should work on. Real man always help you. You know, we tell you the truth.
Oh, you're a real man?
Yeah, I ain't placate to your needs. I told you what you needed to hear. So I stay away from people like that. People like that will get you locked up. Because it's only so long that a real man is going to keep telling you, hey, look, man, don't do that. Stop playing. Some of y'all call it crashing out, but it's called being an adult. If I keep telling you stop fucking around, then what else do you think is going to happen after that?
It don't matter a hill of, if you was a real man, it wouldn't matter a hill of motherfucking beans to you if I was hypocritical. Every day you gotta tell me that? You just said this shit for a week straight, you dumb motherfucker. How many times you gonna come to the same person and tell them they're a hypocrite?
Yeah, a real man, you know, when you call him a fuck you, bitch ass nigga, a real man will just sit there and let you do that. Yeah, ain't no real man that'll call you a funky stank bitch and you can kiss my ass. Ain't no real man to say that. You got no respect for women whatsoever. You sit your grown ass up online just calling women bitches every time you have a disagreement with them. You little punk. That ain't how no real man disagree with no goddamn woman. You can disagree with a woman without all that, you fucking clown. But when you feel like a woman, you kind of get on their level, don't you? You kind of get on their level. You niggas that argue with women on their level, you niggas are effeminate. Every other word, bitch, bitch, bitch. A real man with a real man. Shut up. And when I hear men talk like that, I know goddamn well it came from a woman. What? Now, if you've been around men long enough, boy, that rule of what a real man would do would be so goddamn blurry to you. Cause men come in all different shapes and sizes with different attitudes. Boy, men do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's what it seems like.
Shout out to Triple S, my favorite editor, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Triple S if you haven't already. Always hitting right where she needs to hit with the videos, calling out the most hypocritical person that we probably know on these YouTube streets. He got a problem with people calling him out for being hypocritical. You would have a problem with that because that's the type of stuff that opens the eyes of some of those people in your cult who are following you blindly. But when somebody can clip it up and show exactly how you're a hypocrite, you say one thing and then come right behind it and say something that's totally contradictory, it's going to start to open their eyes more and more. Shout out to Tesha Z's for being a member for 18 months. I appreciate you. Blessings. It's always good to hear your point of view. I appreciate people who are out here looking for different points of view, not cult-minded, looking for everybody to just follow the same point of view of that celebrity that they're following. Appreciate you, Tesha Z's. Appreciate your support. One to Cash. Grand rising to you. He said it creates a humanity where they can believe they can grow up and achieve fame. When you were a kid here in Australia, New Zealand, you could go on the field and get autographs from the rugby league. Yeah, that's the kind of the inspiration we need to show to the youth. You know, the youth needs to be inspired like that to feel like they can achieve these very things if that's what they want to do. You know, so having access to these people not making them think that they're on some pedestal and you could never be that definitely is a way to encourage that type of drive in the youth. Dead Black, salute to you. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button on their way in. All that remains. Grand rising to you. But yeah, the ultimate hypocrite. Shout out to Triple S for clipping that up. Y'all know Triple S is my favorite editor. No disrespect to any of the other editors. We definitely going to look at some of their stuff this morning as well. Shout out to Trey Spectors for being a member for 21 months. Sunday food, chat, and multitasking. That's what's up. Hey, DJ Cleveland, I'm with Sis. Fuck you. Keep me out of your shit. Stop tagging me in your bullshit. I don't give a fuck who your peoples are. If your people's on some bullshit, I'm going to talk shit to them and call them out just like I will to you too. So stop tagging me in your bullshit. I don't give a fuck who you think your peoples are. All y'all Spectrum motherfuckers can stay over there where you are. Don't be tagging me in your bullshit. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you say your peoples are. Fuck them and fuck you too if that's what it needs to be. But don't be tagging me in your bullshit. Nobody got time for that shit. I'm not gonna treat you spectrum motherfuckers like y'all are different. Y'all are adults. Somebody gave your ass a phone, allowed you to get on the internet and all that shit. So you stepping into this arena, I'm gonna treat you like the motherfucking adult that you are. So if you need to be cussed the fuck out, then that's what it's gonna be. But don't be tagging me in your bullshit. Shout out to Dead Blacks being a member for 24 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, don't be tagging my name in your bullshit that you got going on over there. I'm not associated with none of y'all motherfuckers. You need them slow motherfuckers that you be having on your panel and shit. I'm not affiliated with them. Nah, just Power TV. Salute to you, homie. Yeah, I'm not affiliated with none of them bullshit. So, don't be tagging me in your shit. You ain't getting no clout off of me. No, fuck out of here. Keep that spectrum shit over there where it is. Y'all have y'all spectrum conversations together. I ain't a part of it. Shout out to Tesha C's on the $2 super chat. Said they been saying this motherfucker's a two-face. Finally, enjoy. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of two-faced people out here. There's a whole bunch of two-faced people out here, and I'm not afraid to call it out. I'm not afraid to call it out at all. I treat adults like adults. I don't give a fuck about your feelings about this stuff, about what I say. I got an opinion just like you got an opinion. If you don't like my opinion, you can get mad about it. You can ignore it. There's a whole bunch of things you can do with it. It's not going to keep me from saying it. Simple as that. It's not going to keep me from stating my opinion. There's a whole reason I got a damn platform. I get to press the go live button so I can say whatever the fuck I want to say to who I want to say it to, and I can ignore whoever I want to ignore. That's the whole purpose of it. That's the way I am in real life as well. So it is what it is. I'm not about to change up because the motherfucker's on the spectrum. Yeah, I'm not going to change up on the motherfucker because they on the spectrum but want to put themselves in other people's shit. Fuck out of here. Keep my name out of your bullshit. I don't fuck with you like that. I ain't got no problems with you, but it can be a problem if you want to keep tagging my name and shit because you windmilling for some other spectrum motherfucker that you like to hang out with. I ain't got time for that. Fuck out of here. Let's have a little fun, y'all. Let's have a little fun. Found some videos to laugh at. Found some videos to laugh at. And I ain't even on no violent shit or nothing like that, you know? I'm just telling it like it is. I ain't got time for no motherfucker to come talking shit and then act like because they on the spectrum, I can't say nothing back. No, fuck out of here with that. Absolutely not. If your ass was grown enough to get on these YouTube streets with a phone, computer, or whatever the fuck it is, then you grown enough to get cussed the fuck out by somebody on these YouTube streets. Simple as that. Keep your ass over there in the corner with your people then, if you got a problem with it. What the hell going on in Atlanta, y'all? Y'all got some hood-ass spots down there. I found this video about a hood-ass Target in Atlanta. Y'all seen this?
Stop playing with me!
This damn security guard. So the black guy is the one who said, stop playing with me. I don't know what the hell is going on here. The white guy, the redhead guy, is a security guard apparently in Target. And he called himself trying to take this black guy into custody. He talking about put your hands behind your back and all that. And the black guy just yelling, stop playing with me. So let's see where this goes. Rewind it back.
Stop playing with me!
I'm always walking interest and shit in this motherfucker like, damn, this the hood Target.
Bro, stop playing with me! Get the fuck back! Stop playing!
Hey, Gil Scoop.
Bro,
I don't know what's going on today. This is the hood target, twin.
Stop playing with me.
Look, he out of there. Look. Look. Stupid ass.
Stop playing with me.
Stupid ass. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna beat that boy. He out of there. You stupid ass boy. What time?
Yo, I don't know where that security guard got his training from, but he was not ready for that situation. He was not ready for it. I don't know what he thought he was doing there. He was not doing a good job of trying to take him into custody, trying to put him in the handcuffs or anything like that. Pick and Choose TV, Slim in the building. Shout out to them Capo boys. Fats TV in the building. Shout out to them Capo boys. Yeah, he was not going to win that. Whatever he was trying to do, called himself trying to take that guy into custody, it was not going to happen. Yeah, looking like Richie Cunningham up in there, Dead Blacks. I don't know where he got his training from or what, but it was not working out for him. That brother put the little juke move on him. He thought he had him when he took him down to the ground. Nope. Like, you should have called for backup. That should have been the first thing you did, was call for backup if you thought you was taking him into custody, because you won't get it done by yourself, brother. You was not getting it done by yourself. And you definitely wasn't catching him once he got on them wheels and started running. You definitely wasn't catching him. I saw that, man. I was dying laughing. Like, what in the world is going on in these Atlanta targets? And they really think that dude, I don't hope you lost your job, because I don't want nobody to lose their job. But hopefully after that incident, because I'm sure they got all kinds of cameras and everything, hopefully after that incident, they either decided that somebody else need to do the front door security or get you some backup, because you ain't cut out for that. You might need to be in the back watching the cameras, not actually trying to put your hands on people, because you were not ready for it at all. You were not ready. And that wasn't even a big brother or nothing. He just was not being taken into custody by your little ass. That's all that was. He was not about to allow you to take him into custody. Simple as that. I don't know if he was stealing. I don't know what he was doing. It don't even matter. You were not going to be the one that was going to get him arrested. Not that day. Shout out to all my people of all races, man. I don't discriminate. I don't hate on nobody. But I know that most of us people of a melanated tone, we don't really do things like raisins in the potato salad or unseasoned chicken. You know, if we go to somebody's house and, you know, they done made the food and there's some potato salad out there and it's got raisins in it, yeah, we probably gonna pass on that. We look at the chicken before you put it on the grill or whatever, and that shit is looking pale and pasty, ain't got no seasonings or nothing covering it, we probably gonna pass on that. Well, this video here is called Raisins in the Potato Salad and Unseasoned Chicken. Y'all seen this? What was that, y'all? What was that? What was that? I saw that. I had to share that with y'all. Trey Spectors, all you can see is Carlton Banks dancing. Yeah, that's about what it is. That's about Carlton Banks dancing to Tom Jones. It's not unusual. What was that? I saw that. I had to share it. What is going on here? I ain't never in my life seen nothing like that. What made them choose that song? Some of them was extra happy to sing it too. Off dancing, all off beat. We call that happy times right there. Yeah, I guess that's what we can call it. But yeah, I was very confused whenever I first saw that. Like, what is going on here? Shout out to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Shout out to the song. Definitely a dope song. But they did not do it very much justice. That's just my opinion, though. You know, just my opinion. What can I say, man? I saw that. I had to share that with y'all. See if maybe y'all had some different, more positive opinions to give towards it. The The black metronomes helping them white folk keep time. Yeah, man, I saw that. What in the world is going on here? Whose idea was this? Somebody, whenever they presented that to the group, is like, yeah, let's do this. Let's learn this song. Most of us already know the song and everything. Why don't we perform this? Yeah, I don't think that was a good idea. Y'all should have Y'all should have tested that in front of a smaller group before y'all performed it on stage. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. Y'all should have definitely tested that in front of a small group before y'all put it. Yeah, it's a violation, right, Fats? Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Fats. That was a violation. I think it was a violation, Fats. I agree with you. That's why I had to share it. I think it was a violation. I knew somebody would agree with me. I think it was definitely a violation of the song. Right, that's why it's called choir rehearsal for a reason. Shout out to Uncle L. Salute to you. Drive safely, brother. Yeah, knowledge. Choir rehearsal. They call it that for a reason. Y'all need to bring some people in that are not a part of the choir to listen and be like, y'all might want to take that one back to the drawing board. Y'all might not want to perform that in front of the whole audience because, no, absolutely not. Hey, y'all ever been to one of them water parks and take one of your aunties or somebody like that to the water park, and you know your auntie, she don't really do the water like that anyways, but she gonna go with y'all and she gonna go ahead and get on the slide. You know, the big slides they got at the water parks and stuff. So you ever been to one of the water parks and you take one of your aunties or somebody like that there and she decide that she gonna get on the slide, but she don't know how to swim, none of that, you know. Normally she just be standing in the water, right? You know, playing with the babies or whatever, but she don't really go underwater, none of that. She just normally be standing there because she don't swim or none of that. Check this out, y'all.
Damn, put your feet down. Put your feet down. Shit. The hell are you doing?
I almost lost you today, didn't I?
What?
They had to come save her. It's 3 feet of water. She had to come, put your feet down. What the hell are you doing? Shit. All you gotta do is stand up. She in there, feet all up in the air. She trying to act like she know how to swim and shit. All you gotta do is stand up. They all asking her, why you ain't just stand up? Let's watch that again, man.
Damn, put your feet down. Put your feet down. Shit. The hell are you doing?
I almost lost you today, didn't I?
What?
Man, come on now. What you doing? It's 3 feet of water. You at least 5 feet tall. All you gotta do is stand up. The lady who came and saved you was shorter than you. Let that lady be great. I'm letting her be great. That don't mean we not gonna laugh at her, Tish. No, I'm letting her be great. Hey, I hope she had a good time. I hope she got past whatever that was. It didn't traumatize her too much after them laughing at her and shit. Hope it didn't traumatize her too much. Yeah, she about to drown in the wading pool. All you gotta do is stand up. Everybody standing around. They all ready for her to just stand up. The lady saw that she wasn't going to do it. Her feet all up in the air. She then reaching, grabbing for shit and all that stuff. Let me go grab her. Shit. Put your feet down. What the hell are you doing? Man, people be wildin'. Yo, how you going to drown in 3 feet of water and you 5 feet tall? All you got to do is stand up. All you got to do is stand up, man. People be tripping, man. It's pool season, so hey, y'all be safe out there at them pools, man. If you don't know how to swim, first off, learn how to swim. It's not that hard to do. Teach your kids how to swim when they're babies. You know, if you take a baby, I ain't saying a baby that can't do things for himself, but a baby that actually can walk and, you know, do those, hold their own bottle and shit like that. If you throw them in a pool, that motherfucker probably start swimming without you teaching them. If you think about it, it just came out of the amniotic fluid and all that shit. That motherfucker probably just start swimming off rip. But it's a whole lot easier to teach children things than it is to teach adults. But if you're an adult, man, learn how to swim. Please, especially if you're going to be around water. Learn how to swim. It's not hard. It is not hard to do. And you never know when you might need it. You may have to jump in to save your baby one day, and your ass too scared to jump in because you can't swim either. Learning how to swim is not a very hard thing to do. And there's more water on this earth than there is land. The oceans are bigger than all the earth, all the land put together. So learn how to swim, man. It is not a hard thing. It's a life skill that you'll be able to carry on with you throughout your life, whether you plan to get in a whole lot of water or not. It is really not hard to learn how to swim, no matter what your age is. But if you got some young kids, man, get them into some swimming lessons early. Because kids can learn things a whole lot easier, a whole lot faster than adults. So if you got some young kids, get them into swimming lessons early. They'll carry it with them throughout their life. Hell, you never know. Swimming might be something that they turn into a money-making venture. They can go be a lifeguard as a teenager. You know, they might be the next Michael Phelps or somebody out there like that. You just never know. Teach your kids some of these life skills that it is important for them to know how to do for their own safety, for their own health and welfare. And it's something that if they learn at that young age, they don't have to ever learn again. You only learn how to swim one way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's different strokes to swimming and stuff like that. But once you learn how to swim once, you know how to do it forever, like walking. You don't ever stop learning how to walk. You a Navy SEAL, Dead Blacks? Is that what you're saying? You went through Navy SEAL training? If you did, salute to you. But yeah, learning how to swim, man, it's a life skill. Once they learn it one time, you don't forget it. There's certain things that you learn once and you never forget. So if they learn that as a child, it's something that they'll never forget how to do. Oh, okay, no, you're not a Navy SEAL. But yeah, you don't even have to know how to swim like a Navy SEAL. Just know how to swim enough to get yourself from point A to point B. If you're in a water situation, learn how to swim enough to get yourself from point A to point B if you are in the water. That's what I'm saying. And again, if you give this lesson to a child at an early age, it's something that they'll be able to carry on with them throughout their life. They don't have to ever learn it again. They know it, boom, it's ingrained in there. Like we talk about with martial arts training and stuff like that. A lot of people out here talk a big game when it comes to like fighting and stuff like that. You got a whole bunch of big dudes who think they're gonna bully people and stuff like that. Well, somebody who was actually trained in fighting, no matter their size, I'm not a big dude, you know, but somebody who was actually trained in fighting is not afraid of this big bruising bully person, because your skills, your knowledge that you've learned, the techniques and all that stuff are going to kick in whenever you are put in that situation. Somebody squares up on you and wants to fight, and they may be bigger than you. Your instincts and techniques are going to think about what's your best way to approach this situation, your best way to fight this person. So if it's a person that may be bigger and taller than you, taking them down, getting them off their feet may be the way that you go about it. And whatever knowledge and skills that you have from training, hours and hours of training, is going to kick into play. What'd you say, Knowledge? You said it's funny you said that because you were with your dad and his family yesterday. Just make fun of your brother and your dad told him you're the only one of your kids that don't know how to swim. Yeah, man. Learn how to swim. No matter what your age is, learn how to swim. For real. It's not a hard thing to learn how to do. You just have to, number one, first conquer your fear of the water. You know, conquer your fear of the water, which can easily be done. They teach you that in swimming lessons as well. And then after that, it's easy. I mean, it's literally like walking. You're just in the water. But if you think about your swimming, If you think about how you walk, your legs and your arms go, you know. Swimming, you're doing the same thing. You're just on the water doing it. Your legs and your arms are going kind of at the same type of emotion and everything. You said the deep water intimidates you, you run. And that's okay. Know your limits. Know your limitations. But if you know how to swim, even the deep water won't intimidate you because you know that you can get your way back to the shallow water. You know the different methods, you know, even if it's just you getting on your back and pushing yourself along. Only thing you gotta do is keep your head above the water. You see what I'm saying? If you keep your head above the water, you're not worried about the water getting in your lungs or anything, you know? So if you can keep your head above the water and, you know, just use your arms to keep your body afloat, keep your legs kicking, you're going to be moving through the water. It's very simple. So if you don't know how to swim, man, and you, especially if you got some little ones in your life, all y'all go together, get some swimming lessons. Don't be the adult sitting on the sideline while the kids are getting swimming lessons and you still don't know how to swim. Get your behind in that water with them and learn how to swim too. No, you can't just look cute sitting on the sidelines, Lovelace. Nope. Nope. You got to get in the water too. Yeah, train breathing as well, Uncle L. That's a fact. Train your breathing. Because that's the thing. And that's why I say you got to conquer your fear of the water. Because when you are afraid of the water, it's going to make your breathing all crazy. You're going to be hyperventilating in the water, breathing in the water, all types of crazy shit like that. Kiss my cheek, grand rising to you. You're going to panic, basically. You're going to breathe in a whole bunch of water. Now you're going to start choking. You can't just stand up. You know, you said all your grandkids know how to swim. You just there for extra support and snacks. Lovelace, if you don't get your behind in that water, right. Now, like you said, before you started actually swimming, you got used to breathing underwater. Right. Shout out to you, Tesh, having your boys in the water right now at the beach. That's what's up. Them boys ain't afraid of that water. Yeah, learn how to breathe. Get yourself where you're not afraid of the water, where you know how to breathe properly, whether you're underwater, above the water, the combination of going from underwater to above the water. As you see swimmers in like the Olympics and stuff like that, their faces are underwater a lot of the time as they're looking at where they're going. They pop it up every once in a while to catch a breath, and then they're back underwater looking through their goggles at their point. It's just like a runner in a race. You're not supposed to look back, right? You know, you're looking forward at that finish line. Them swimmers in those races in like the Olympics and stuff like that, they're looking under the water. Their nose, their face, all of that stuff is under the water looking forward most of the time, and they pop up every so often to get a breath. And that's just controlling your breathing. You're breathing, and then of course you are above the water where there's air, and when you're under the water, you're not breathing. You know, so getting used to the water, getting where you're not afraid of the water, controlling your breathing when you're under the water or above the water, those are the simple things about it. Once you have that under control, that's half the battle. Learning, again, the techniques of how to paddle your hands and kick your legs and all of that stuff, that's easier once you no longer have that fear of the water itself and whether or not when you go underwater, you're going to be able to breathe. It's all being under control. You said you're going to have to open an office for swimming, Lovelace. Hey, do it. Do it. I'm telling you, learn how to swim. Learn how to swim. You never know when it may come in handy for you. Definitely learn how to swim. Shout out to all y'all that got kids out there and they're getting a little older, getting to their teenage years. And, you know, most kids, whenever they get to them teenage years, they think they done got big, think they can buck up on a parent or something like that. Think that, you know, certain things ain't going to get put in its place. Well, let's watch a kid who think he can buck up to his parent get checked. And this is all probably a joke because it's all recorded the way that it is. However, it still makes the point. So take a look.
Yeah.
Nah.
I will beat the goofy out of you. Isaiah.
Now he trying to
You
flex.
don't know enough
Pop.
about fighting to whoop me, boy. That don't move me.
That
I will
don't
beat
move
the
me.
goofy out of you, boy. Yeah. Well, show me. You see?
Yeah.
You see? So you don't know enough about fighting.
Exactly.
You don't know enough about fighting to try to play with me.
You can't fight no man with one leg. Not if you don't
Stay in
know
your weight
how to
class,
fight a
bro.
man with one leg. Hey, boy.
I'm gonna show you what to do, little boy.
OG fighting is about experience and wisdom. It ain't always about aggression and man, we too old for all that. And you too young for me to even give you that type of energy, bro. Come on, come here. Kick his leg up out of mother. Kicked his leg out like the chair falling. This man took your chair from you.
Shout out to the parents, man. Shout out to the OGs. Shout out to the people who are trained, skilled, and knowledgeable about whether it's fighting or whatever. And can show the young bulls that I don't care how big you get, I don't care how many muscles you think you got, all of that. Fighting is more so in the brain than all of this physical big bullying and all of that. So like I was talking about earlier, if it's a smaller person that is squared up with someone larger, they thinking it through this fight. They thinking moves ahead. So this young bull think he can buck up on his father just because he got a little bit of muscles. I'm like, all right, come on, let's square up. Put fists up. First thing I'm gonna do, kick your broke leg out from underneath you. Now you on the ground looking stupid. Because it ain't all about the hands all the time. It's a full body. A fight, this ain't boxing. This ain't a boxing match where we got gloves and kicking ain't allowed. A fight, everything is allowed. So when I take your legs out from under you, then what? You on the ground, then what? You know? So shout out to all the OGs out there who understand this and can put them young bulls in check when they think that just because they got a little bit of muscles that now they ready to square up with somebody. He told him, you don't even know enough about fighting to try to step to me. Kicked his leg right out from under him. And he already had a cast or a brace or whatever on that leg. So you dumb for even stepping to somebody with the cast or brace on you. Now you on the ground. Now you need help. Shout out to Thick Cut. Salute to you, bro. One of the dope beat makers and producers out here. Thick Cut always doing that dope work. But yeah, you gotta know what you're stepping into. You think that just because you got a little bit of muscles and all that, that now you can step to people and you gonna throw hands and all that. Well, first off, your reach probably wasn't long enough to be stepping to your father. And you definitely weren't mentally prepared for it because all he had to do was take your leg out from underneath you and you was on the ground. You were done. It was a wrap for you. It was a wrap. As soon as he took that leg out from under you, attack the weak spot. That's what any smart fighter knows is find the weaknesses in that person and attack those spots. If they got weak spots that are blatantly showing, that's what you attack. Once you break them down by attacking their weak spots, then you got your whole repertoire at your disposal. You on the ground. So if you want to start throwing hands at that point, stomping on them, whatever it is, you can do all of that. That's right. Fighting has no rules in the streets, Tesh. That's a fact. There's no rule. The rule of fighting in the streets is to win. Be the last man standing. That's the rule. Don't be the one that's knocked out looking at the sky, hoping somebody get them off you. That's the rule of it. That's the only rules to fighting in the streets is don't be the one that's laid out trying to hope that somebody get this person up off you. Shout out to Triple S again. Gonna take another look at another one of my favorite content creators' dope drops. And we're going to look at some of the other content creators here in a minute as well. Take a look at this one, y'all. Just a little trend. Triple S, man. Shout out to Triple S. Like I said, y'all know Triple S is my favorite editor out here. No disrespect to any of the other editors. It's so many dope content creators and editors in this sector, man. Shout out to all of y'all. Triple S just my personal favorite. It's, you know, it just is what it is. It just is what it is, right? You know, again, no disrespect to anybody else out there. And as you saw at the end of that one, you know, it was Kevlo on there. And Anthony. What is you don't learn, man. You're supposed to be learning from other people's experiences. You should have learned from your own experiences, but you didn't. You haven't learned from other people's experiences, like people that you used to hang out with, like Kevlo. You saw that Kevlo basically killed his entire platform, his entire channel, his entire support on that fateful day when he decided to carry his ass over there to the grape over and get on his knees and beg them for his channel back. Beg them to remove strikes from his channel. They didn't do it. Stoner, I see you. So he went over there, got on his knees for them grape over boys, begged them, apologized, said all these things about them being great and all of that stuff. And from that point on, not very many people could take him serious. Know that you can't take the words out of his mouth serious. Know that he'll do and say anything to try to basically get the people to send him money. You know, he been talking about this whole hot dog stand and all of that stuff. All of these different things. Shout out to Tesha's Eve on the super chat. Said, don't come here looking for a role model. LMAO, yeah. Don't come here looking for no role model. But some people do seem to come to YouTube looking for role models. And again, Anthony, I don't know what you were thinking when you made some of the decisions that you made, but you watched Kevlo kill his channel by bowing down to them grape over boys. You watched what happened to his support right immediately after he did that, because there's some things we can't unsee. Me personally, I can't unsee him going over there and bowing down to the likes of a Grape Pedo 101 and Garrick. I cannot unsee that. You know, like I said, anytime that I think about that, I think about that Tyrese meme where he crying, talking about what more do you want from me? That's what I think when I think about Kevlo now, ever since that day that he went over there and bowed down to them grape over boys. Anthony, what the hell was you thinking about with this whole Rodney situation? What were you thinking about? You basically have been playing your audience, bullshitting your audience, and today's the day. Today is July 5th. Vince will be live tonight. I'll probably miss it live because he ain't going live till like 11 p.m. Eastern time. My ass will be asleep. I got to work tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to catch the replay. What the hell were you thinking about, Anthony, with this whole Rodney situation? You want people to call you Mafia, all these names that you be giving to yourself. Kevlo gave you the outlaw name, took that shit back. You didn't want people to call you Mafia for whatever reason, knowing good and damn well ain't nothing about you Mafia. That's why I said your name is Aunt Pearl. Now, we was over on a Roll Rich panel, and, you know, Sis had made the joke talking about you trying to look like Mob and all that, so now we call you Mob Aunt Pearl, because you do kind of look like Mob. All that damn smiling, got the dreads, all that shit. So, again, shout out to the drop makers. We can't unsee that, Anthony. We cannot unsee that. Shout out to Pro 901, the drop king.
Please don't pearl me, homie. Don't pearl me no more.
like you did just before. Ooh, not in the face. I just can't take no more. I said no.
Pro 901 that drop squad, man. Shout out to Pro 901 that drop squad. Flying low, salute. Bishop, what up?
What's good with you this morning, good brother? How you doing, man?
All is well.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna be nice to Berg today, man. That's my partner, man.
Your mic is kind of low.
Oh, it's low now, y'all. You be telling, man, you talking too loud. Hold on one second.
I mean, normally you do be screaming, but I can barely hear you right now. Team Easy, I see you. Yeah, Anthony. We can't unsee it, Anthony. You let Rodney, man. You let Rodney do you bad. And then you had that weak-ass live stream. Bishop.
I'm trying not to yell. What's going on, good brother?
I mean, ain't nothing going on. What's up? You got something to say?
Yeah, I stopped. You said open panel. I stopped by to see what's up with the brother, man, you know. See if you want to join the Bringing Manly Back movement.
Nah, I'm not trying to join no movements that you a part of. Absolutely not.
What about the police movement, man? I'm a police too. You don't want to be a cop again?
Nope.
Come on, Berg. You telling me you don't want to be a cop again. So you just gave up being a police.
Yup.
How y'all doing today over here, man? How everybody doing, man? I see Thick Cut over here.
No, you're not here to talk to my chat. You got something to say to me?
Yeah, I'm talking, man. They're my people. They're my friends too, man.
No. Reading the chat is not. I don't need a co-host. I don't need you up here reading the chat. Roll Rich.
I wasn't
Capo
reading the chat.
Salute.
I just wanted to say good morning to Lovelace and Tracepective and Thick Cut and every Nightbot. Can I say good morning to them?
No, you don't need to do that.
That's me,
Berg. What is it that you want?
To stop by and hang out with Berg for a minute. I'm trying to be nice, Berg. I don't want to be mean today. And you trying to force me to be? I'm
not trying to force you to do anything.
Oh, okay. So what you got planned for today, big brother?
Exactly what I'm doing right now, and then I'm gonna get the hell up out of here and go mind my business.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So you got Anthony on the agenda today?
Nope. I just played a video. I talked about Anthony for a few minutes. I'm getting ready to move on to other shit.
Oh, okay. What you got going on today? You talking about Kwame and TJ and them?
How about you get in the chat and listen, and then you'll understand what I got going on.
Man, I'm not gonna be in the chat, Berg. I came up here to say hi, and then I'm a dipset.
Well, I'm not about to give you a rundown of everything I'm talking about. You don't deserve that.
Berg, you're gonna learn to be nice to the bishop when he come over here, man.
No. I'm gonna keep treating you just same way I've been treating you.
See, that's mean, Berg. We go from glory to glory, man. You can't stay being like that, Berg.
I never tried to say that I was a nice person. A lot of people know that I'm mean. It is what it is.
Berg, you ain't got a mean bone in your body. He said he mean.
Shout out to NC Lady B1 in the building.
But anyway, Berg, I just wanted to come over and show you some respect today. And I'll get on your helmet later because you're being cool. So I'm going to be cool today, too. My baby boy turned 20 today. Imagine that. Ain't that something? 20 years ago, man, his mother expired. So I'm kind of hanging out with that today. He made 20. He ain't a teenager no more. I got one more teenager. I got to get him to get grown. But other than that, how you doing, man?
How many times you gonna ask me how I'm doing?
Well, Berg, I want to make sure you're doing good, man. I'm trying to,
There's
keep
nothing
recording.
that you are doing to help make my day better.
You need some money, Berg. You want me to give you $100? That'll make your day better.
Send $100 to my Cash App right now.
No, you don't need it. I'm not gonna send it if you don't need it.
Send $100 to my Cash App right now.
I'm homeless,
Stop
Berg.
saying this shit if you ain't gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it, Berg, but I'm staying from motel
Send it
to
right
motel,
now.
Berg.
Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Berg,
I
I
know you
need
heard
that.
that before. You old school. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah, Berg, but I need it for the motel today, Berg. You know, the race go down today. It's Sunday. They was high as a motherfucker last night, Berg. They hit me for 120, man. See if I can get away for about 70 today. They hit me like a motherfucker. Gas 759 out here. Man, I'm going back to Texas, Berg. Where you at, man? I might come to the Carolinas, hang out with you for a little while.
You ain't coming to hang out with me ever.
Come on, Berg. Don't act like that, man.
Ever.
How's Lovelace doing? Lovelace doing good?
You would have to ask her that.
Well, he just got to say her. Anyway, good morning, Lovelace, North Carolina. Like, I'm talking shit. Fucking with you, Berg. But let me get out here, Berg. I just wanted to stimulate a little thought, make you. Why you can't smile, Berg? Why you got this serious look on your face?
Because you get on my fucking nerves.
That's
You're annoying.
fucked up, Berg. We supposed to be cool. Let me get out here so I don't get on your nerves. You being good, you ain't dropped me. So let me get up out of here. Good morning, Thick Cut. Good morning, Miss Eve. Good morning, North.
Shout out to Miss Eve in the building. Grand rising to you. Hopefully all is well. Hopefully all is well. Tried to tell that fool don't be talking to my chat. He think he gonna say good morning to everybody in the fucking chat. No. What are we doing here? Ain't nobody want to talk to him. He should recognize that by now. He almost made it, Thick Cut. He tried. He tried. Some people, boy. What is wrong with some of these people that we deal with? I got let me play this video because I never saw this shit. Shout out to KTC, man. I never saw this shit until yesterday. I don't know how old this damn video is. I never saw this shit till yesterday. I'm just gonna say that. Shout out to KTC. I don't know where this shit came from. Well, I know who it came from and all that, but what the hell is this boy's problem? First, let's just take a look at this. Shout out to Flip. Flip had a little drop. It just dropped it about 4 hours ago, actually. So let's take a look at this drop from Flip. It's only a minute long, and then I'll show y'all the video I was talking about.
Where there's smoke, there's a Finichi. Bumba, Hayausas, Finichi. He come to America, Finichi. Got several cows, Wayo, Fatubuko, tomatoes and pecans. Finichi flies over the world. He will beat you like a dragonfly. Shibu Shiba, in the circle of life. Unga nata panga holy mama. Finichi's the king. T'Challa no longer rules. So Africa, we save the land. Finichi's the badass man. Ow, wow, wow. Yippee-yay, kuya motherfucker. Always remember where's there smoke, there's a Finichi. Hi-oh, rats and roaches. Beast flies come out and hide. Uganda, 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 Uganda. Where's there smoke, there's a Finichi.
Shout out to Flip. Shout out to Flip. Y'all know that African thinks that he really running things around these places. I don't know why he thinks some dumb shit like that. But shout out to Extortion. I see you. Shout out to KTC for dropping this clip of this video. I wish we could had a whole video because the African claims the video is like 20-something minutes long, but this is the only clip that we got. And Finichi, African, I got one question for you. What in the entire fuck were you thinking here? You lucky to be alive after this shit. Let's take a look.
Stop us and identify us because you see two black men in a car. Why you don't lock up? You're going to jail. Why you don't lock up? No, lock up. I tell you something, you lock the motor. Don't go nowhere. I didn't tell you not go nowhere. Can you lock his door, sir? Can you lock his door, sir? Can you lock his door, sir? If you not reach. Sit down. Do not move. Do not move. Do not move. I say if they drag you, they will be harassing you. Do not. For workman. Sir, do not give them your hands. For workman, sir. Don't walk man. Sir, you trying to arrest me? Wait, arrested for interference? It's interference. I'm in my vehicle. I'm in my personal space. Do not go anywhere, stupid. I'm not. Sit down. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Sit down. Don't break. Sir, what are you arrested? Don't touch it. Sir, why are you touching him for? Wait, sir. What are you touching him for, sir? Don't beg with that. Sir, we need a surgeon. Sir, we need a surgeon. Don't go anywhere. We need a surgeon. We request a surgeon, sir. We request a surgeon, sir. We request a surgeon, sir. What did you do? What did you do, sir? You see what's going on in America? America, look at this. No, sir. You're dragging him. You're dragging him, sir. That is wrong. That is wrong. Yeah, that's wrong, sir. That's wrong.
Benici, what in the entire fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? There is no way in hell that you, being a man of color living in America, think that you are going to get away with all this fucking arguing and all that shit with some Texas cops. What the fuck is wrong with you? Where do you think you are? I don't know what country you think this is. This ain't motherfucking Nigeria. This ain't nowhere in Europe. This is America, motherfucker. And you are in Texas dealing with the cops. What the fuck is wrong with you? Let me give you some advice right here.
I don't know what dumb needs to hear this, but if the options are comply or be shot in the face, we're not living in a free country, moron.
Hey, Fenici, I don't know what you thought when you came to America. Maybe you thought you were coming to some free country where you could get away with doing any fucking thing you want. But no, that is not the case, motherfucker. Not at all. You was looking to get your ass laid out. And your homie. Man, don't do no dumb shit like that again. And you think you getting this shit on video thinking y'all gonna go viral and all that shit? Yeah, you gonna virally watch a motherfucker get justifiably killed. Cause y'all fighting against the fucking cops. Are you stupid? You gotta be stupid. You gotta be stupid to do some dumb shit like that and think that it's gonna work out in your favor. I ain't ever in my life seen a motherfucker do some dumbass shit like that, especially an immigrant motherfucker. In this America where they quick to deport y'all asses, you think as an immigrant you gonna get away with doing some dumb shit like that and think just because you recording it that it's gonna mean something? Oh, hell no. Why's my shit damn like buffering? Hold on, y'all. My shit is like locked up. Oh, yeah, I see it's frozen. I don't know what the hell going on here. I'm not getting any, what in the hell? There we go. I don't know what the hell just happened there, y'all. Hopefully it's back. Hopefully it's back. I don't know what the hell just happened there. Like my whole shit just like blinked. It wasn't you this time, Lovelace. Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened there, y'all. My whole shit just like blinked. Everything did. And my internet screens and everything. So I'm not sure what happened there. But Fenici, don't do no dumb shit like that again. Because you probably not gonna live to talk about it. You do some dumb shit like that again. You're not in a fucking free country. Yeah, motherfuckers want to celebrate the 4th of July yesterday. That ain't for us. 4th of July ain't for us. Celebration of slavery and oppression and shit like that. That's not for us. I don't know where the hell you think you came to and thinking that you can get away with all that bullshit that you was pulling on that video with the cops. But next time you do that shit, we might be talking about the ghost of Fenici. But take a listen to her again.
What dumb needs to hear this, but if the options are comply or be shot in the face, we're not living in a free country, moron.
That's right, you heard her. Make the pie and get in the hot place.
No, bro, I'm pretty sure that she said you could either fly or be shot into outer space.
Clearly, you gentlemen wasn't paying attention. I don't know what you was focused on, but she said, try to tie your lace. This is obviously a shoe tutorial, right?
Yeah, because comply or get shot in the face, that's pretty much how it is in a lot of these situations, especially all that fighting and shit y'all had going on with the cops in y'all's video. I agree, Thick Cut. Fuck all them holidays. Fuck all of them. They all some bullshit. They're all some bullshit. You were distracted. What did she say there, Blacks? You were distracted like a bunch of other people. A bunch of other people was focused on something else other than what the hell she was saying. But yeah, most of the 4th of July is about barbecue and fireworks and shit like that. That's a fact. So I was talking about this with my wife last night, right? So the 4th of July, the origination of it or whatever is supposed to be, you know, America fighting and winning war against fucking England, 1700s, all that shit, right? You know, getting from under the king's rule of England. Just so they can continue to have the slavery and oppression that they have going on here, right? But that ain't for us. That ain't for anybody that believes in actually living a free life and all of that stuff. 4th of July ain't for those people. When you think about our national anthem, the words of it, words have meaning. The song is about a flag and about war going on around the flag. Rockets, red glare, and bombs bursting in air. That's fucking war. It's talking about and describing a war going on. They're not talking about fireworks and sparklers and shit. They're talking about real bombs bursting in the air and rockets and all of that shit because a war was being fought. So now they've turned it into a quote unquote holiday that is supposed to be celebrating America and all that shit. But then at the same time, motherfuckers go with fireworks and all of this shit. So 4th of July is supposed to be celebrating America, fighting the war, winning the war, getting it away from the king's rule. Military action, let's say, right? War is military action. We know today in 2026 America that mental health is a big thing for military people especially. But all people have their own mental health struggles. But there are a lot of military people, former military people, who have quiet mental health struggles, whether they're dealing with it or not. And again, I encourage everybody, if you are having any kind of mental health struggle, especially if you're military, dial 988, Suicide and Crisis Prevention Lifeline. If you are a former military, there are multiple free resources available for you to deal with your mental health. Yeah, Fast, the original lyrics were racist, so they revised it. And what they revised it to ain't really much better. What they revised it to is really not a whole lot better because it's still talking about the war and shit like that. But one thing that a lot of people tend to forget when it comes to 4th of July and these other quote unquote holidays is that when you are setting off all your fireworks and all of that shit is triggering to a lot of military people. A lot of military people hearing those fireworks, it sounds like a fucking bomb or an explosion or something like that. Taking them back to when they were in a conflict, a wartime type of conflict. And it can trigger those negative thoughts and memories for them. But people don't think about that. Y'all just want to go have fun and, oh, aren't the fireworks so pretty and all that shit. These motherfuckers was shooting fireworks to 10 something last night here. And I'm like, are they done yet? Thankfully, I don't have the exact same triggers as a lot of other military people, but it still catches my attention when I hear an explosion. And thankfully, I'm able to kind of quickly process, oh, okay, that was just a firework or, you know, something like that. It wasn't a bomb type of shit, you know, where I got to worry about a building fucking being bombed and falling down, anything like that. So just keep these things in mind when you're out here celebrating all these bullshit ass holidays that people don't even understand the real meaning behind, but you are celebrating it in a way that could be triggering to the very people who you call yourselves celebrating, who you call yourselves respecting. The actions that you take could be triggering to them in a negative way. So again, keep in mind when you're lighting off your fireworks and all of that shit, there may be a military person in the vicinity who is getting triggered very much by that. And how they respond to those triggers varies by each person because we're all in different places on our mental health journey. So just keep those things in mind. Words have meaning, actions have meaning. And if you're going to do these things without actually understanding the purpose and meaning behind them, then you could be causing detriment to somebody that you don't mean. So we got to educate our people, man. But back to Fenici and his dumb ass. Don't do that dumb shit no more. I don't know what the hell you were thinking. I don't know who told you that was a good idea. Don't do no dumb shit like that no more. I've said in other videos, if you're dealing with the cops and shit like that, you know, how you can properly deal with it. Now, that situation there, they sound like they was already ready to take whoever the driver was to jail. They said you under arrest. Once they say them words, you under arrest, it's time for you to shut the fuck up. It's time for you to shut the fuck up when they tell you you are under arrest. Because again, when you're dealing with them, there's certain things you can ask them. Am I under arrest? Am I being detained or am I free to go? Them motherfuckers say you under arrest. That's when it's time to shut the fuck up. Don't say shit else. Let your attorney do the speaking for you. Don't do no dumb shit like this.
Stop us and identify us because you see two black men in a car. Why you lock up? Why you lock up? No, lock up. I tell you something. Lock the motor.
Lock the motor. Lock the motor. What does lock the moto mean? What the hell does that mean? Shout out to the Drop King.
Why you lock up? Why you lock up? No, lock up. I tell you something. Lock the motor. Why you lock up? Why you lock up? No, lock up. I tell you something. Lock the motor.
What's up, America? This is your boy, Head Nietzsche. And this is a lesson I want to do. When the police ask you to step out the car, first you roll the window, lock the door. Why you pulling us over for? We need a sergeant, sir. The harassment is not fair. Lock the motor, 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 lock the motor. Roll the window, lock the door. Why you pulling us over for? We need a sergeant, sir. This harassment is not fair. Lock the motor, 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 lock the motor.
Shout out to the Drop King, Pro 901 and them, the Drop Squad. Lock the moto. What the fuck does lock the moto mean?
Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. You're going to jail. Why you lock up? No, lock up. I tell you something. Lock the motor. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I didn't tell you not go nowhere. Can you lock his door, sir? Can you lock his door, sir? Can you lock his door, sir? If you no reach, just sit down. Do not move. Do not move. Do not move. I tell you, if they drag you, they will be harassing you. Do not.
If they drag you, they will be harassing you. What kind of sense does that make? They already said you're under arrest. That means you're going with them. If you want to fight, that's resisting. When they say you're under arrest, that means your ass is going into handcuffs, you're going in the back of a car, and your ass is going downtown. So if they have to drag you to get you out of there, that's not harassment. That's actually another charge against you for resisting arrest. You need to learn these fucking laws here before you get somebody hemmed the fuck up. Y'all are lucky y'all made it out of this situation alive. Fuck all the deportations and all that shit. Y'all are lucky y'all made it out of this situation alive. He said you're under arrest. That's when it's time for you to shut the fuck up and start complying. Go into handcuffs. Hopefully they got body cams and all that shit. If they do anything to actually violate your rights or whatever, fine. But he said you're under arrest. That means your ass is going with them, period. All that talking and all that extra shit is just harming your case.
Move. Do not move. Do not move. I tell you, if they're trying you, they will be harassing you. Do not. Walk fine. Listen. Walk fine, sir. Do not give them your hands. Walk fine, sir. Walk fine, sir. You trying to arrest me? Wait. Arrested for interference? It's interference. I'm in my vehicle. I'm in my personal space. Do not go anywhere, stupid. I'm not. Sit down. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Sit down. Don't bang. Sir, what are you arrested? Don't touch him. Sir, why are you touching him? Wait, sir. What are you touching him for, sir? Don't be with that. Sir, we need a sergeant, sir. We need a sergeant. Don't go anywhere. We need a sergeant. We request a sergeant, sir. We request a sergeant, sir. What did you do? What did you do, sir? You see what's going on, America? America, look at this. No, sir. You're dragging him.
You damn right they dragging him.
That is wrong.
Because he's resisting arrest.
That's wrong.
Yes, they're dragging him because he's resisting arrest. Jason with a carrot, salute. You see, he pointed at you and said, do you want to get a charge for interference? I don't know if they gave you that charge or not because you only got this little clip of the video up. But you could have gotten charged there as well for all that shit you were doing. Yeah, he said, do you see what they're doing in America? He thought that he was going to have this video go viral of some form of police harassment. If they had a real reason to be pulling him over, all this was support of y'all resisting arrest. That's all that was. Yeah, asking America for help. No, America can't help your dumb ass. You are resisting arrest on some dumb shit. You got to stop watching so many damn videos without educating yourself. There are situations where you can ask for a supervisor. There are situations where you can do certain things. But once that motherfucker said you're under arrest, it's time to shut the fuck up and start complying. And let the rest of the shit work itself out. All that extra talking, all that extra resisting ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whooped justifiably. They were justified in snatching his ass out the car by his feet because he was resisting arrest. They already told him you are under arrest. You need to step out here. He was resisting. So they were justified in snatching his ass out by his feet. That's not a crime on those police officers. They have to protect their safety as well. They don't know what the hell y'all got in that car. And you over there acting like a damn fool. So the first thing they got to do is go ahead and try to get him under control and in custody. And then they can come deal with your crazy ass. But nothing that you showed there is a benefit to you or your homie. It's just a whole bunch of arguing and resisting arrest. That goes against your case. Don't do no dumb shit like that again. Because if you do, you probably ain't going to be able to live to talk about it. You talk about having all these fucking military ties and claim that you got a federal government job and all that, but your dumb ass ain't smart enough to know not to resist arrest when the cops say you are under arrest. They didn't say, just, can you step out of the car so we can talk to you? They ain't say that. They said, you are under arrest. That means you getting them silver bracelets put on, you going in the back of a car, and you're going downtown to see a judge or magistrate. That's what all of that shit means. When they say those words, you are under arrest, that means you are getting them silver bracelets put on, you getting in the back of a fucking police car, and you're going downtown to see the judge or magistrate. And that's the person who to determine when your ass gets let out. If you want to do a whole bunch of resisting arrests in the process, you might get an ass whooping with it. That's going to be justified. Totally justified. Nothing in that video goes in your favor. You started it off by making it a race thing, talking about they pulling over 2 black men in a car. It was dark outside. Did they even know y'all were black before they pulled up on you? I don't know. It was dark. So they may not have even known you were black before they pulled up on you. But you automatically went to race with them and then wanted to argue with them and then wanted to tell your partner to resist arrest. You was trying to get both of y'all killed. And your families wouldn't have got shit. Because if those cops would have saw something that justified them in actually pulling their guns out, which they did not hear, but if they would have saw something that justified them in pulling their guns out, and if they would have saw something that justified them in pulling the trigger, you wouldn't have got shit. Shout out to Dead Blacks on the Cashapp. Appreciate you. Your families wouldn't have got shit. So you need to learn these laws of this country that you're in. I don't know how the hell they do it where you come from or where you're used to, but here where you are, you need to learn the laws because you're going to get yourself or somebody else killed. They keep listening to your dumb ass. Lock the moto. What the fuck does that even mean? What does lock the moto mean? All this arguing you doing with the cops. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. That shit ain't get you nowhere but some charges, I'm sure. The link is available if anybody has anything to add. I got a couple more things I want to discuss, and then we're going to get up out of here. Let me get the video pulled up. Couple more things. Did y'all see, so y'all know Ray J had his fight with the super hot fire guy a couple weeks ago, got knocked the fuck out. Well, apparently, Brandy. What's wrong with that damn boy, Brandy? I asked you a couple weeks ago. I ain't getting no answer. Brandy, what is wrong with that boy? Y'all drop him on his head? Something is wrong with that boy. He got a hold of a bad batch of some shit, something. But something is wrong with Ray J. Something is definitely wrong with him. Damn, where I put the video? Something is for sure wrong with that boy. Because he keeps thinking that it's a good idea for him to get his slow ass in the ring with people in these fights. You already got embarrassed, knocked the fuck out and embarrassed by a YouTube celebrity. Yeah, that dumbass African claimed they had a lawsuit. Lawsuit for what? Fats TV. Check it out. Ray J dumbass now is apparently supposed to be fighting Orlando Brown. We know Orlando Brown crazy. So they must just be pulling all the crazy used to be celebrity people together to fight. Y'all take a look at this.
Nigga just slapped me with money on the dead homies, bro.
Can he get you in the middle up here? Weird ass nigga.
I got face out. This nigga just slapped me with money on the dead homies, bro. That's not cool, bro. You lucky I let that slide, bro. Bro, that's 100 up. Now open up the 100. No. Show all the 100. No, it's none of your business. It's just 100 up front. It's 100 up front.
He better shut up.
100 on the back.
He better shut up.
All that shit in the middle is one.
You're not.
Show all the 100s. Stop playing with me.
Show all the hundreds.
What hundreds?
Show all the hundreds.
Show all the hundreds. They all hundreds. It's all hundreds.
Oh, you right. Let me say I do it, but I'll get at it right now, nigga.
You lucky, nigga.
Bro, let me, you smack me with
Oh, now you want to call in like me. Everything you do like me. You're fucking funny. No Chris Brown, it was Orlando Brown. No Usher, it was Orlando Brown. No Bow Wow, it was Orlando Brown. No Ray J, it was Orlando Brown. Yeah, all right, cool, let me. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Looks very staged, Kiss My Cheeks. Looks very staged. However, whenever you got some young, well, they ain't even young. I ain't even gonna call them that. Just dumb, young in the brain. They don't have fully developed frontal cortex. Willing to do anything for money and willing to do anything for celebrity. Kind of washed up people that, you know, Hollywood ain't fucking with them no more. The only way they can get any attention is to stage shit like this and jump they dumbasses into a boxing ring and one person get embarrassed. This is what you get. So yeah, Orlando Brown smacked them with the money. He had a stack of hundreds, slapped them with the shit. Brandy, what the fuck is wrong with your brother? What is wrong with the boy? Seriously, Brandy. Me and you the same age. He younger. What's wrong with him? Brandy don't act like that. What's wrong with that damn boy? We already know Orlando Brown crazy. But what's wrong with Ray J? He got the damn sense knocked out of him by Super Hot Fire. Had that big ass knot swole up on his head. Y'all saw that video. Now apparently he's supposed to be fighting Orlando Brown. Fat T, Grand Rising to you. Now apparently he's supposed to be fighting Orlando Brown. Well, I'll watch it. I'll watch them embarrass themselves. I will watch them embarrass themselves if that's what they want to do. Don't make no damn sense. Got to do better, man. Got to do better. I know these brothers got to have some kind of talent. And it ain't always got to be something where you are in the limelight of media or Hollywood or whatever. So some low budget ass promoter gonna get them to make a fool of themselves by getting in a boxing ring. Right, he claimed he had heart problems and was about to die. Drewski clowned the fuck out of him at the BET Awards about that shit. You go from you got heart problems about to die to getting in a boxing ring, getting knocked the fuck out, to now you ready to get in the ring again. Like I said, man, making all that money ain't always what it's cracked up to be when you don't know how to actually use the money for your benefit. When you don't know how to use the money that you done made, you don't know how to have that money make money for you, you end up in situations like that where they got to keep doing things to chase the money. He's continuing to have to chase the money because he didn't manage it properly when he had access to it. So now he got to keep on putting his damn body on the line. End up like, you said they fighting on Clarissa Shields' card. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a fucking debacle. They might as well go ahead and get Adrian Bronner on that card too. Because he making all this money right now off of streaming, doing a bunch of dumb shit. But he wasting it, blowing it on dumb shit again, as usual. So they might as well go ahead and get him on that card too. And just have it a card of all the fucking people who are crashing out. Call it the crash out card. Crash out for money card. Willing to embarrass yourself for money card. Make that shit make sense, man. Make it make sense. Where the hell's my video? I ain't showing up. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it at all. Where the hell is this video? So, like I said, I only got a couple more things to show. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I noticed a lot of people have been talking here lately about the Gills Arena situation and what's going on there. You know, of course, Gil told us a couple weeks ago what the situation was, what the deal was. People obviously don't want to believe him for one reason or another. You know, whether they're listening to somebody like a Kwame who don't have a fucking clue, listening to a Carcino or a self-talk. I ain't got no problems with them other than they do a bunch of clickbait shit, right? But I attribute a Carcino or self-talk basically to like the National Enquirer. Y'all remember the National Enquirer magazine had a whole bunch of viewers or people who would pick it up and read it. And the stories inside of it, a lot of them were not reputable stories. They were clickbait stories before clickbait was a thing. You put a certain celebrity's picture on it, you know, or for YouTube purposes, put up a certain thumbnail with a certain title, and people are going to click on it to see what you're saying. And if you frame it properly, people will believe what you're saying to be truth. As if you've done some research and have sources that are giving you this information. So self-talk has made himself that. We knew that from years ago. Back in the early days of Kwame and them, we knew that self-talk was basically doing clickbait things to get people to click on it. And he'll get 50,000 views on the shit, maybe even more. And people will take that story and run with it as if it's the truth. As if he's done some real research and has a source that could give him the real information. Carcino does the same shit. Says things as if he has connections and all of this stuff and puts these stories out as if they are factual when it's really just some shit that he's made up. He can't actually support it with a real source. That's why you don't see them bring sources onto their show to say, this is where I got this information, or this is kind of what makes this information true. They don't do that. They just put it out there. They get the clicks and views. They get the YouTube check, and they move on to the next story. So you can believe the Carcino self-talk version of what's going on with Gil's Arena, or any one of the other content creators out there who are putting out their own narrative of what's going on with it, or you can believe the actual people who were involved in it themselves. Now, Swaggy be trolling. Swaggy P is a troll. We know this. So he just be saying shit, right? But Gil actually has been saying this shit himself. So we're going to look at this video again. This video was from 3 weeks ago. I've reviewed this video. I'm going to review it again really quickly. From 3 weeks ago, where Gil was talking about what he is doing. Let's take a look.
Like, I need to ask you, for you to be happy of my success, what do I need to do in your eyes? Hey. Chat. You know, because I'm classy now, and I don't want to be on demon time. But just remember, I just want a certain group of, but you know, I can't say it because I really don't have no problem with them anymore, because it was tofu, wasn't real beef. But
shout out to Gil, shout out to Josiah, shout out to Elijah in the background. Shout out to them for actually speaking on these subjects from a place of knowledge, because it's their situation. They're in the situation. Damn, my shit is buffering again, y'all. Give me a minute, because I see I'm frozen on the screen. I don't know what the hell is going on with it today. Don't normally do this. I don't know what's going on with it today, y'all. But let me get it pulled back up. Let me get it pulled back up. Letitia, Third Eye POV. Happy Sunday to you. Appreciate you. So, all right, let's get back into it.
For you to be happy of my success, what do I need to do in your eyes? Hey.
Man, why is this shit buffering like this? I don't know what's going on with the internet this morning. I don't know what's going on with the internet this morning, y'all. I shit keep freezing up for some reason. My shit keep freezing up. All right, let me stop sharing. Try this again. Try it again. Yeah, like all my shit running slow. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Yeah, that heat wave taking things out. It must be, Letitia. It must be fucking with the internet and everything. Because this ain't normal here. My internet is the same, all that, and we normally don't have these issues. So let's see if we can get through the video.
Chat. You know, because I'm classy now. And
what in the hell?
I don't want to be on demon time. But just remember, I just want a certain group of, but you know, I can't say it because I really don't have no problem with them anymore because it was tofu, wasn't real beef. But I just need to ask a question. If every time I say I don't have beef and then that triggers you to get mad and say I don't have no beef, why is everything you report on me negative in a negative tone and you're preying on a downfall that hasn't been down? Hey, I'm sorry. I started in the slums of YouTube. I've touched the top of the mountain. Even if I come back down, I actually had the balls and went up there and touched it. I seen what I see in the last 4 years. I seen and touched it. Sitting in the same spot, talking about me. What does that do for you? Like I'm confused. Like I need to ask you for you to be happy of my success. What do I need to do in your life?
So that's a question for all the Quamites. For all the people who make all of the videos that are talking negatively about the situation going on with Gil, with Underdog, with Gil's Arena, all of that stuff. Rolling 20, salute. For all of the people who are making all of the videos with a negative connotation towards it, acting like they are happy as if he's had some kind of downfall. They've been preying on his downfall and now they think they're vindicated because, you know, the stories are going around about contracts ending, essentially. I mean, it's a contract. That's what happens when you have a contract. The contract comes to an end. Whether you negotiate to extend that contract, to do a new contract, whatever, it's between you and whoever you're doing those dealings with. But what is it for all of these other people, YouTubers mainly, who think they've won in some kind of way because their contract's expired? As you can see, he's doing his own thing. He's building out his own platform. Again, we talked about how he built the studio a long time ago. That room that they're sitting in right now, Carlos Franklin, salute, used to be a black room. Ain't had shit on the walls. It just had that big ass throne chair in it. Pro 901, Drop Squad in the building, salute. We played a couple of your videos earlier, bro. Dope work as always. But we watched them build out that studio that you see right there where they're sitting. It used to be just a room that was black with a big ass throne chair in it. Now it's a whole damn studio. Gino with a J, salute to you. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. It is greatly appreciated. But what benefit do they get preying on his downfall? Which he's not even having a downfall, but they're preying on his downfall. What benefit do they get from that? Meanwhile, the person that they're idolizing and following like a cult leader has not done anything to build out any kind of platform. He hasn't built a studio. He hasn't upgraded his equipment. Most of them motherfuckers over there got trash microphones and trash ass equipment. He hasn't done anything to build out anything where people could actually come in and benefit from it. So Gil built out his whole platform, built out his thing, went into business with Underdog. They built it out even more. He's able to bring in some of his friends so they could get contracts and paychecks from a company. Contracts expire. They've all had contracts before through NBA and other endorsement deals, so they understand that. And when that contract is coming up for expiration, that's where they get the opportunity to decide whether they want to continue working with this company and sign a new contract, or do they want to become a free agent and go out there and get that free agent deal. Now, most of us who are sports fans understand that for especially football and basketball players, what are most of these players, their goal, their main goal when you first make it into the league is to get past that rookie contract and make it into free agency, because that's when you really get paid. You don't get paid off your rookie deal. Your rookie deal, they understand that they still got to develop you and stuff like that. So if you think about this whole underdog situation with Gil, Josiah, Kenyon, Rashad, Swaggy, Rashad, all of them, that was their rookie deals. They were on their rookie deals, their rookie contracts. They may have signed a 2-year contract, whatever it is, but they were on their rookie contracts. And the goal is to make it into free agency, because now when you're a free agent, you have a level of power that you bring there. Okay, whatever damn kid it is. I don't know all his kids' names. It looked like Elijah to me. I don't know all his kids' names. So shout out to all his kids that he got in his life that's right there, that are seeing what he's building. He's got them not only going into being basketball players, if that's what they want to do, but they're right there with whatever he's building. Whatever damn the kid's name is, it's not important. The fact that his kid is right there in his life is what's important. But yeah, so they got past their rookie deals, got through their rookie deals, and now they're free agents. And now they have more value than they did as a rookie. Like we saw Gil on Fubo, we saw Gil on these different places. But for the rest of them, Swaggy, yeah, he was doing TV shows and stuff like that. But we hadn't really seen Rashad on things. We hadn't seen Kenyon on a bunch of things. We hadn't seen Brandon on a bunch of things. Some of the other people they brought in, like Lexi and Cheryl and all of them, Moni Mo, salute to you. We hadn't seen them on many things, talk shows where they can give their unfiltered opinions. I hadn't seen Josiah before. But they got through them rookie deals, and now they have a whole lot more value. So now they can go out there and kind of set their own prices. They can go out there with negotiation on their side because they are the talent. That's what I tried to explain to this giraffe a long time ago. But the dumb giraffe thinks that he can be everything. He wants to be the host and the talent and the producer and the sound guy and all these things because he don't trust anybody to actually handle any of this stuff. Somebody who actually knows more about these subjects. That's why his sound be fucked up. That's why his video be fucked up. That's why he can't get his videos queued up at the right place. That's why he can't have real good questions asked when he does happen to bring somebody onto the show like a Chucky Atkins or somebody like that. Because he wants to be the host and the talent and the know everything person. And it doesn't work like that. You saw that episode of Gil's Arena the other day? They had Brandon hosting it because Josiah was gone. Josiah is done over there. His contract is over. So they threw Brandon in as the host. That shit was boring. Brandon is not a host. Brandon does not need to be a host of a show. Brandon needs to remain being talent. Simple as that. You said that's why he's Radio KB, NC Lady. That's a fact. That's why he don't show his face most of the time. Gil, whenever Gil is live, he is showing his damn face. Why? Because Gil is the talent. Talent shows their face. Yeah, Pro, that show was boring as hell. Why? Because Brandon is not a host. Brandon is not good at hosting shows. Brandon needs to be the talent who answers questions, gives his opinion on the questions, not trying to host the show and give his opinions. As you see, whenever Josiah hosts the show, yeah, he throws his opinions in there little by little, but he lets the rest of them get off. He throws the question out there. He prompts the question that's going to entice them to get into the conversation. Somebody may have a disagreement. That may turn into a whole conversation as its own. That'll prompt your side to throw another question out there. That's what a host does. Radio Kwame doesn't understand that. He needs somebody to be hosting his show where he can come in and just be the talent, answering questions from his point of view as a former basketball player, as a person who has went through whatever things he has gone through. He needs to just be answering the questions. He's not a good host. He doesn't need to be hosting the show. If he wants to reach out to some of the contacts that he has and bring them onto the show, he needs somebody else asking the questions, hosting the show. He needs somebody else queuing up the video. He needs somebody else making sure that the sound is right. But because he doesn't trust anybody, he thinks he can do all of that himself. And that's why his shows are boring as fuck. And nobody wants to watch that bullshit, except for the cult that he has following him. Maybe one day he'll learn, maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just continue to hate on Gil, continue to hate on people who are doing it real, and can actually have a good show. Like, yeah, NC Lady, Josiah be multitasking. He has his laptop with him verifying it. They asked Josiah to look up stats right there on the show. That's why you need a host. That's why you need these other people around you who can look these things up. Any professional show that we see done, there's a bunch of shows I watch. I watched the Dan Le Batard show. I've been watching that shit since it was just a radio show. Then they went over to ESPN and it built that into being a TV show. Now they're on YouTube. They have their own shit. They built it out themselves. And what do they have? A bunch of producers, a bunch of people to look up stats and verify things. It's not Dan sitting there trying to look up all the damn stats. It's not Dan sitting there trying to control the sound and queue up the videos and all of that shit. All of these successful shows understand that you're going to have to bring in people who are good at doing some of these other things. You have a sound guy, you have a camera guy, and I say guy, this can be a guy or a woman, but you have the sound person, you have the camera person, you have the person who is doing the stats, the person who is clipping up the videos and putting them up on the show for people to see. You have somebody over here who's watching the show on a whole nother screen to see how it looks. So if it don't look right, they can actually give some information and feed it back to the people to say, all right, maybe we need to adjust this. Maybe we need to make this look like this so the audience can actually see it. Gee, mama body, grand rising to you. But the Giraffe doesn't want to do any of that because he's lazy. And while he claims that he ain't no celebrity and all of that, that's exactly what he's trying to live off of, is his cult life celebrity. He thinks that's going to always be good enough. You could have thousands of people watching your show, even with the opinions that you have and the amount of value that people put on the opinions that you have. You could have thousands of people watching your show all the time. If you actually were willing to put any effort into it, actually trust to bring in some people who can make it better because they know things about sound engineering. They know things about video engineering. They know things about how to clip this stuff up and put it out maybe ahead of the show or after the show to get more views to the actual show. They know how to look up stats and not just go off of some bullshit that Carcino says. Don't nobody fucking trust what he says about stats. His stuff is 100% opinion. Actually have somebody with real stats that can challenge the stuff that's being said. So let's continue to listen to what Gil had to say.
Own my name now. You see this channel? I own it 100%. I will surpass you again, and I'm gonna own it. What do you need for you to leave me alone? Do you need to go get me what, a $20 million a year sponsor?
60.
And still own 100%? If I do that, will you leave me alone? Like what do I need for you to just say, you know what? I'm proud of you. You did it how I said you should do it. Because you said I need to own it. I own it. You see on the page, I own this page.
Why aren't you telling your audience that, Giraffe? Is it because it would be counter to the cult life mentality that you've built them to be? You've built up a cult-like mentality for them to hate Gil and everything that he does, and nothing that he can do is right and all of that. All of the things that you said he should do, he's done them now. But you're not going to promote that to your audience because it's just going to make you look stupid because you started on YouTube well before he did. And you still haven't built anything. Any of these things that you're saying you haven't built. He's built them. 100% ownership of his name, of the name of the show. He's going to have 100% ownership of whatever new platform that they build out, unless he decides to take on sponsors. But I'm sure those sponsorship contracts will be written in a way where he's still the decision maker behind it. Why? Because he's already went the other route where he gave up part of that ownership to Underdog, and he didn't like the way it turned out. So he allowed that contract to expire, and now he's moving on with that knowledge that he's gained. The Giraffe is too afraid to take the first step to actually get into any kind of business, whether it's him on his own or sponsorship with somebody else. He's afraid to make the first mistake. He won't do anything. He'll just continue to be Radio Kwame, talking shit about the same people over and over again, but not actually showing any fruits of any labors. We saw him on the tractor years ago. What was he doing on the tractor? When he was knocking down these trees and all of this shit. We saw him on the tractor knocking down trees. What did he do with that space? You were just knocking down trees because you could? No plans to do anything with that space? Did you build something in that space? Did you plant some crops in that space? What did you do with all this space when you were knocking down trees? Not a damn thing. So it just looked like empty space with trees knocked down for no good reason. Did you do something with those trees? Did you turn them into something? Did you turn them into wood boards? Did you get yourself a sawmill where you could actually mill and plane the board yourself? Did you have somebody come take the trees and you sold them off? What did you do? Studio-wise, what have you done to improve your platform? Nothing. You still, whenever you are live in the house, sitting in that same damn room, whenever you're live any other time, you on the phone behind the damn avatar. He sold that wood and spent the money on Bud Lights. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Because promotion of being drunk and dumb is pretty much all that he promotes. He has his little flunkies jump up there, and now all of a sudden they drink Bud Light because he does. They want to be like him. I can't tell y'all the last time I've had a Bud Light, but it's been well over fucking 10 years. And if I did have it, it's because that's what was at the place I was, not because I bought that shit. But can him or any of his people say anything that he has done to actually grow his platform, his business, or any of that? We've seen Gil step out, make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and then build back bigger and better than what it was he was initially trying to do. We've seen the Giraffe not even willing to take the attempt to step out and make a mistake because he thinks he can do it all himself.
I own the page. I own the name. I got the studio. I'm a boss. That means I get to hire and fire. Like, I didn't have that power before. So if you wanted to fire somebody, I had no control, but I get to hire, fire. I get to say what's going on. Meaning if you don't like someone that I hire, you have to come through me.
We haven't even seen the Giraffe hire anybody. He can't fire anybody because he ain't got nobody to fire. He won't hire anybody. He won't hire anybody to help him with his studio. He won't hire anybody to help him with his sound. He won't hire anybody to help him with his whole show setup where he can actually have a real show, bring guests up, ask real questions, get real answers. And he sit over here and be the fucking talent and give his opinions on those questions like they do on these shows. He won't hire anybody to do any of that because he thinks he could be the host and the talent and all of that at once. It doesn't work that way. That's why nobody wants to see that shit.
And then I get to make that ultimate decision, okay? So what do I need for you to just be like, you know what? You did good. Let me finally leave you alone. Like, all right, come on. It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. What have you produced for your fan base in 4 years to say, you know what? You doing bullshit. Or you just...
Absolutely nothing. What has he produced in 4 years for his fan base to say that he's doing boss shit? Nothing. He was on the tractor knocking down trees. We ain't seen him build shit in that space. He's had the same looking YouTube platform for all these years, just going downhill, losing subscribers by the day, or losing watchers. The subscribers may still be there, but he's losing viewers because he's on the same bullshit. He ain't growing anything. He's not growing anything that will produce any residual value. Value that is making money without him actually having to go live every single day. He doesn't post videos or live streams that makes anybody want to go back and watch that shit later. That's going to actually make money continuously while he's sleeping. No, he has to be present for all of the shit that he's doing for it to make money. He won't hire somebody to clip up good parts of if he does happen to have a good interview. Somebody with real talent to clip the shit up. He's had all these people surrounding him for all these years. But he won't actually step out and actually hire somebody to do these things that he doesn't know how to do, that can continue to make him money going forward. Because he's slow. And the only thing he knows how to do is talk shit about people who are actually doing it. But he won't actually take the steps to do anything himself.
Looking at people trying to do bullshit and just talk how bad they're doing at the bullshit that they're trying to do. Well, at least I'm out here taking my shots, my nigga, right? I'm out here shooting the jumper. I'm not saying don't pass me the ball. No, you can give it, I'm gonna try it. If I miss, cool. I'm gonna come back. Game 2, game 3, game 4. So come on. Like at least do your fan base justice and give them like some truth. That's the best thing I've ever done. I told the truth because I know that you and your people was going to twist the truth. I said I sold my page. I said I only had
facts. All facts. And like I said, so if you're getting your information from Carcino or Self-Talk, it's like picking up the National Enquirer. You don't know whether them stories are true or not. It's some made up clickbait shit with no actual real sourcing behind it to say, yeah, this is true. Gil came out and told us all along the way what he was doing. We watched him build. We watched it move. We watched the contracts end. We see what he's doing now. We see that he got Josiah right there by his side. At this time, Josiah was still under contract with Underdog. But where is he sitting? Right beside his homie that they built this shit with from the ground. Again, the rumors are out there saying that Underdog canceled all of their contracts. I don't know whether that's true or not. It's not my business. I don't give a fuck. But if it is, now they're all free agents with some power and authority to negotiate on their own what they want to do, where they want to go, where they want to take their talents. Because they understand that they're not sound guys. They're not video guys. They're not engineers and all of that shit. They are the talent. The former basketball players, they're the talent. We bring you on to answer questions, give your opinions, give your point of view about these subjects. We don't bring you on to do research and make sure that the mics are working and make sure that the cameras are working. Make sure that the video is clipped up and cued to the right spot. That's not your job. Your job is to show up, give your point of view and opinion about the subject from where you have been and how you see it. That's called being talent.
at 50%. But I also said, when my contract is up, I will own it. Now I have the infrastructure. I created another page to put the show on. All I have to do is just go out there and get investors to invest in my new show without giving up any percentage whatsoever. I thought you said that's what's boss moves.
We see now Kwame has had a channel for about 5-6 years now. Still doesn't have one sponsor. Because if he did, it would be front and center. He would be mentioning it on all his live streams. There would probably be something in the background or whatever representing that sponsor. There would be some kind of clip in there showing that sponsor, maybe a commercial or something like that. He doesn't have one sponsor in 6 years. Why is that? Because sponsors want someone who they feel like is actually going to be of value to them. And they see that he's lazy and not willing to do any work, not willing to put any effort in himself, put any capital in himself to build a platform to be more than just that bullshit that he has it now. Why would a sponsor want to be associated with that? They've seen Gil build it out. That's why he's gotten many sponsors over the years. We saw the Suso Su. I think Suso Su may still be a sponsor of his. We saw Underdog, obviously. We've seen many things. Fubo back in the day. Many people being sponsors with him. Ronald Jones, I see you. So why, Kwame, is it that you in 6 years have not gotten one sponsorship thrown your way? You have not shown sponsorship of anything on your channel all this time. Why is that? Maybe because the sponsors aren't willing to waste their money on you because they know that you're lazy. They know that all of the shit that we saw from Stephen A. Smith and all of them back in the day was true. You're lazy. You're not willing to put forth the effort necessary to have the things. You wanted to all just come to you. You went viral in that one moment, and since then haven't done shit to grow or build upon it.
Game's back on. But if I ask, what have you done in those last 4 years, then
It's buffering, y'all. Give it a second. I don't know what the hell is going on today. Close some of these other windows real quick. Oh man. But yeah.
But I don't have no issue with you. I'm sorry. There's nothing there's no issue. I've done nothing wrong to you. I supported you, and that's all I've done. We had a little miscommunication because I thought I did something wrong, but found out I didn't. So move on. The fans is leaving because they don't want to get the ass. No. They probably at the concession stand.
No, they leaving.
They're leaving right now.
Not yet. The concession stand. But listen, I'm gonna just tell you one thing. I spent $200,000 on my seat. I'm not leaving.
All right, I wouldn't leave either.
Yeah, I'm not leaving. I might fuck around and take that chair with me.
I'm watching the game.
Who the fuck has the who's number 11 for Marquette?
That's a great question.
Who the fuck? Who is number 11 for Marquette?
Okay. All right. The comeback starts now, Gil.
Hey, chat. Who's number 11 for Marquette? Who the fuck is number 11 for Marquette?
I'm not looking it up because I'm off the clock. I'm here because I don't have cable. Not officially working.
Shout out to Josiah with the jokes, man. Shout out to Josiah with the jokes. Josiah always got jokes. Because, again, at this time, he's still an employee of Underdog. He had still had shows to do with Underdog and all that stuff at that time. But he got jokes. He ain't an employee in this situation. He's not an employee on this show. He just there watching the show with his homie Gil, essentially. Essentially, that's what's happening is he's there watching the show with his homie. And, maybe giving some commentary on it or whatever. But shout out to them for knowing and understanding their value, for knowing and understanding how contracts work, and knowing and understanding that when contracts expire, if you have done something to make yourself valuable, then you become a free agent. And as a free agent, you have different things at your disposal. You have different abilities, different ways of being able to handle situations and negotiate with power on your side. Ronald Jones, stop saying stupid shit in my chat. The link has been pinned. So let's see what it looks like for someone who understands free agency.
Today is a good day. I am officially a free agent tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I hold 100% of Gil's Arena tomorrow. Josiah, I just seen, man, look like he's about to cry up there, man. He looked like he was about to cry, man. I was like, damn, Joe.
What's going on with our guy Josiah, though? Is he, do you have word?
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga.
That's what I do. What y'all see ain't what y'all seeing. Like I said, free agency start tomorrow. You better put your bid in. I'm just gonna say it like this. Jump Chambers, known as Shy McBride. And he once said, I want the number to be so high, when I hear it, I bust a nut, roll over, and fall asleep. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like Austin Reeves. I want the number so high when I hear it. That's it. Today is a good...
Man, shout out to Gil's Arena, man. Shout out to Gil for showing the work, man. Shout out to Gil for showing it. Showing us all along the way what it looks like to go from basically starting a YouTube channel, not having no studio or anything, to building out a studio, to getting sponsorships, to having them sponsors come build out a bigger studio, to bringing your friends on board where they can get contracts, to understanding that this is just our rookie deal. We just getting started. We trying to get the free agency now. Now that we free agents, we can renegotiate things, or we can go out and start our own shit because our names are out there. We are the show. Gil's Arena, the basketball show, is not a show without them, the talent. Without your Gil, your Rashad, your Kenyon, Brandon, Swaggy, Cheryl, Lexi, all of them. It's not a show without them. Skip, you know, all of the people who are sitting on the sofa, Josiah, it's not a show without them. Now, yeah, they can come back with a new show if they want the arena and all that, and whoever they bring on there is going to be what it's going to be. But they're going to have to build that up. The Gil and all of the people that he's been working with, they've already built up their cachet over these last couple of years of the show being what it is, of them giving their views and opinions. And now they're free agents. They can carry their talents wherever they want to go. So as we can see, Gil is building his own thing. Looks like he may have Josiah on board. I mean, I don't think Josiah was ever not on board, but they understand how contracts work. They understand how non-competes work, and they didn't want to violate or mess up anybody's money. You know, they weren't trying to mess up anybody's money, but now that the contracts are supposedly either expired or terminated, however they want to look at it, they're free agents. So they get to take their value wherever they want and make it whatever they want it to be. They don't have to listen to what Underdog says. They don't have to listen to what anybody else says. They get to do it the way they want to do it. You said, just think of it this way. Gil has somebody like Skip Bayless who already had his show, multiple shows on national TV come on his show. Facts. Gil's Arena. Skip has been on ESPN for years. He had the show with Shannon Sharp for years on Fox. He's been on multiple shows. Skip Bayless has been national media personality for the better part of 30 years, let's say. Skip came to Gil's show. The show that Gil and Underdog was building out. He came there. Think about that. That's a level of power in itself. Again, I don't know what's going to happen with the arena going forward. I don't know if Skip will stay over there and become the main lead person. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to turn it into just a football show. If it's going to continue to be a basketball show. It's none of my business what they do with that. But we see that Gil is building out his own thing. That's one thing that we do see that we can't deny. He is building out his own thing. He plans to bring on whoever he brings on. I don't know who that's going to be. I'm not about to sit here and speculate. I'm not Carcino. I'm not self-talk. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and act like I got some inside scoop on who he plans on bringing on the show. I don't know any of that, and I don't think many people out here do. Shout out to KTC. Grand rising to you. Appreciate you getting that video of that dumbass African, and we went over that just a little bit ago. His dumbass trying to get him and his homie killed about some dumb shit. But yeah, man, shout out to Gil. Shout out to everything they're building over there. I'm excited to just watch it happen. I'm excited to see what they do because, again, he's learned from these experiences. He's learned from these previous contracts and stuff that he had, and I'm excited to see what he turns it into because he's obviously not a dumb man when it comes to money. When it comes to managing his money, when it comes to getting these contracts, getting these sponsorships. We've watched him do it over these years. We've watched him build out the studio. We've basically watched him put his money where his mouth is. He talked all this stuff about the things he's going to do, and we watch him actually do it. There's a giraffe who talks a whole bunch of stuff about all these things, but he doesn't do any of it. We've watched Gil actually do it. We watch Gil make the mistakes, show us the mistakes, and show us how he can grow from those mistakes. I appreciate that. That's something that I feel like I can learn from just watching somebody else. When you watch other people make mistakes, you don't have to make those same mistakes. When you watch people go through things, you can learn from their experiences without having to go through the experience yourself. I appreciate him showing us the kind of behind the scenes of some of these things. He hasn't shown us everything, but he has shown us some of the things. And I appreciate that. That's real to me. That's not cult shit. That's somebody showing you this is really the way things work. And yeah, I may not have known it all in the beginning, and I still don't know it all now, but I'm learning and getting better along the way. As things go, I'm learning and getting better. I won't make the same mistakes twice. We watch a giraffe make the same mistakes over and over again without changing up anything about himself or the way he's doing things. So I appreciate people who are smart enough to know and learn and grow from their experiences and the mistakes that they encounter over the years. The link is dropped. I'm about to get up out of here in a minute. I just got just a couple more things, videos that I collected, you know. I like to collect videos along the week and stuff like that. But if anybody has anything they want to talk about with me, questions you want to ask, conversation you want to have, anything like that, the link is pinned. Saw this video here. It's talking about the footwork in the NBA today compared to the Kobe days. You know, this one is specifically referencing the Kobe days, right? Let's just take a look at this because some of this shit is ridiculous. The things that, and this is the referee's fault. Because I know back whenever I was growing up, playing basketball as a kid and stuff like that, they ain't let us get away with shit. Whether you playing pickup ball out in the park, whether you playing organized ball with referees and shit, they ain't let us get away with this shit that these NBA players are doing today. Especially traveling. Traveling is some shit that they will call all the time. Keep your pivot foot. That ingrained that in us, learning to keep your pivot foot. Learn how to work and maneuver and do things off of your pivot foot. Let's take a look at the difference between today's NBA and going back to the Kobe days. Came up on both his feet. That's a travel. Blow the whistle. Look at that. How many steps he gonna take? Both feet. Travel.
Alexander.
Travel. Traveling. How many steps you gonna take?
Champagne chasing. Oh, that's a trap. Not the old-fashioned way.
Look at Kobe. Maintaining that pivot foot.
George Clarkson, the first basket to Kobe. And very deep. Double tap.
Maintaining that pivot foot.
Kobe running on Kinsey. Kobe.
Make good decisions down the stretch.
And he's characterized this as a young team versus
footwork used to be a skill.
Veteran team. Kobe, Pau Gasol, and Odom.
Today they just let them get away with everything. They don't even call the travelers.
5:55.
Yeah,
going one-on-one.
They not just traveling, they taking the train.
Facing the double. Bryant.
What happened to footwork, man? What happened to footwork being a skill that people put pride in the NBA? Footwork used to be a skill, man. We got Jay Crossover, Jamal Crawford, people like that. Footwork and dribbling and all that stuff used to be a skill. Now these brothers is just traveling and the referees are not even blowing the whistle. That's the worst part about it. The referees are not even blowing the whistle and calling the damn travel. So do we need new officials as well? If you start calling that shit, they stop doing it. But you just let them get away with taking 4-5 steps without even dribbling the damn ball, and you don't even blow the whistle. What are we doing? Come on, man. Come on. Y'all got to do better, NBA. Officials mainly. Players, yes, y'all got to do better yourselves and work on your footwork. Officials, y'all got to do better and call that shit. Y'all getting paid too much money to be giving us this trash ass play. Motherfuckers just be traveling all over the place. Like you said, yeah, no passports, no visas, knowledge. They just go wherever the hell they want. Don't nobody stop them and check their credentials or nothing. Gather step now. Hey, gather step my ass. That's a motherfucking travel. Gather step is a step. You only get so many steps after you pick up the ball. You don't get an extra step because you were picking up the ball. No. You don't get no extra fucking step. Work on your damn footwork. And stop taking 4 and 5 steps after you done picked up the damn ball. Moving both your feet off the ground is a fucking travel if you come back down to the ground. If you jump with the ball in your hand and you don't dribble and you come back down, that's a fucking travel. Like, what are we doing here? All that shit we was looking at, travel like a motherfucker, and the referees did not blow the whistle on none of that shit. Like I said, back in the day, they ain't let us get away with that shit. Even in youth leagues, they call that shit. Even in youth leagues, they calling them travels. Both your feet come up off the ground, traveling. You said that one with LeBron? No. I mean, it's just crazy. The shit they be letting them get away with. Before we get up out of here, we got to hear some bars, of course. I just got one for you today. Favorite rapper, favorite MC, Method Man out here dropping the bars on y'all. Some of y'all don't even know nothing about this song.
From the land of the lost, behold the male horse, white horse. Follow me, Wu-Tang, gotta be. Let's think we start, fuck all of these. African killer bees, black watch. On your radio, blowing out your watch. From Park Hill down to Horn Hill. Every time I walk, fire back to the chill. Big Bill, want to talk about skill. I spit like a shimmy on the line to the grill. Elbow grease and elbow room. If you play me, if you fall down, go roll. Party beat, move, gather round, count down to a complex. I've been here with the golden arm.
You know, I'm the motherfucking hot Knicks, huh? Some of y'all don't even know nothing about that, man. Y'all ain't no damn real hip-hop fans. Uncle L know what the gravel pit is all about, but a lot of them don't even know about the gravel pit. Gravel pit ain't get a whole bunch of radio play. Roy Lee 813 in the building, salute. Gravel pit ain't get a whole bunch of radio play, but if you're a Wu-Tang fan, if you're a hip-hop fan, you know about that gravel pit. Yeah, Roy Lee know about it. But some of y'all don't even know about that gravel pit, man. Shout out to Wu-Tang, man. Shout out to Wu-Tang. Them brothers still doing it big. Shout out to Method Man for the bars. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. If ain't nobody gonna hit the link, we gonna get on up out of here. Y'all know I committed to stealing back time. The live's gonna be shorter, man. I ain't got all day. I got other stuff to focus on and do. Come in, make my point. The link be there if people want to, you know, say anything or whatever. Of course, y'all know I'm only going to put up with so much of your bullshit. If you come in to add to the show, then that's fine. But if you come just on some bullshit, I'm only going to tolerate so much of that. It's just who I am. People can call it mean, call it whatever you want. I'm direct. I'm real. I keep it real with people. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm always going to do. I'm not going to change up for YouTube. I don't care what that makes me look like. I don't care if that keeps me from certain levels of sponsorship. I ain't looking for no fame or none of that anyways. But I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be direct with people. I'm a straight shooter when it comes to that. That's how I always have been. That's how I'm going to continue to be. That's who I'm in real life. I'm a straight shooter with people. So don't come over here if you're going to get your feelings hurt, because I'm going to tell you the truth how I see it. And I'm not going to give a fuck about your feelings in the process. May say some things, it may come off a little harsh or whatever. It is what it is. Either you can tolerate it or you can't. I'm not concerned with your feelings if I feel like I'm telling you the truth. And that goes for all situations. So shout out to the people who can handle the truth. Shout out to people who don't get all in their feelings when someone tells them something that is contradictory to what they feel or believe. You know, yeah, it's hard for me to be PG-13 about anything because I'm not 13. I haven't been 13 in a long time, and I don't talk to 13-year-olds. So being PG-13 is not in my repertoire. I mean, it just is what it is. I think I'm talking to a bunch of adults on here. All my videos are set to 18 and older. My videos shouldn't be showing up in any child sectors or anything like that, because all my videos are set to 18 and over. So if you're looking for PG-13, this is not the right place. If you're looking for someone that's here to protect your feelings, this is not the right place. Looking for somebody that's going to give it to you straight, no chaser, this is the right place. You may not like it, you may not agree with all of it. I may not be right on everything because I don't pretend like I know everything. I know that I'm not always the smartest person in the room. I actually intentionally put myself in rooms where I am not the smartest person in the room so I can hopefully learn something from some of the people who are smarter than me on other subjects. That's regardless of their age, contrary to what dumbass Ronald Jones says. That's regardless of anything. I know that I'm not going to be the smartest person in the room on all subjects. Simple as that. So shout out to y'all rocking out with me. Shout out to everybody who pulled up this morning, everybody who hit that like button, everybody who commented, everybody who super chatted, got memberships. Let me make sure I put respect on the memberships and super chats. Shout out to Tesha Z's, Trey Spectors, Dead Blacks. All of them have been members for more than 18 months. And shout out to Tesha Z's on the super chats. Shout out to Dead Blacks on the Cash App. Super chat, Cash App, all that stuff is available if you want to support the show in that way. But hey, I appreciate you supporting the show with just giving it that thumbs up, that like button. If you want to share the video and all that, that's greatly appreciated as well. Helps get things out into the algorithm. But yeah, until next time, make sure you do something good for yourself, man. Do something good for yourself. It's not a crime to be selfish sometimes. Carl Belton, shout out to Carl Belton and them tradesmen in the building, another great supporter. Appreciate you going catching the playback. Yeah, make sure you do something good for yourself. It is not a bad thing to be selfish sometimes. Let me remind you that self-care isn't selfish. You got to take care of you if you're going to be here to take care of them. Whether it's your family, your children, whoever it is that you're taking care of. You got to take care of you. You can't just wait to focus on you later. Because by the time later gets here, you're going to be dead and in the grave, and they're going to be left to take care of themselves. So self-care isn't selfish. Make sure you're taking care of you first. And then after you do something good for yourself, do something good for somebody else. It'll make you feel good to do something good for somebody else. It'll spread positive energy out there in the world. Your energy matters. You got to protect your energy wisely. Spreading positive energy out there in the world will be a good thing for you because that energy, that positive energy will come back and protect you in ways that you least likely know or expect it, but when you most need it. I try to get that point across to some of the slow people here on YouTube, but they don't seem to understand that what they are doing is disrespectful and spreading negative energy. Whether you see it that way or not, I'm telling you that's what it is. You can do your own research to help understand what I'm telling you. But if you want to continue to disrespect certain groups of people, be it the military or whoever, then you're going to continue to reap the negative energy and consequences that you are reaping. Just because you won't do little simple things to change the way that you are carrying yourself that is disrespectful to groups of people. You can keep trying to argue with me about it. You can keep trying to fight me about it all you want. I am telling you that it is a fact that you are being disrespectful to groups of people by certain things that you do. If you don't want to take my word for it, that's fine. But you're going to continue to reap the negative benefits of that negative energy that you're spreading in the world because of what you're choosing to do. Because your actions and your words have consequences. So keep that in mind. Do something good for yourself. Do something good for somebody else. And until next time, good people, I'm going to get up out of here. This is Iceberg. Salute to y'all.
Now, as they say in your country, let us be out.